Hello. Welcome back to the Pinnacle Cup. We've got a hell of a match ahead. This is our dessert. This is our best game of the day. We've got Sinners versus a Go. This is going to be a hell of a match and one you do not want to miss. We've got rank 24 in the world versus rank 26. It does not get closer than this. And honestly, these teams, this is going to be a hell of a matchup. This would be, I believe, the 5th time they faced against one another. This will be the 4th time in a row we would have seen Sinners take a victory. They're going for 5 now. Will they go be able to stop them? We'll have to see. Of course, I'm your caster Crabber 3. I'm joined by the wonderful Jack Kelly or Zerfa. How are you feeling about this one, Jack?
I mean, I'm excited for it. It was one that caught my eye yesterday when we seen, what games we were going to, of course, see played. And, well, Sinners and Ago, we've seen them play time and time again. I was watching, the game in Premier. And, of course, we've seen Sinners get into Pro League. Big congratulations for them. But Ago, they're going to be out for revenge. They have to be. I mean, it's a team that they just really can't get past, and they seem to struggle. And even, the last 3 times that they've played, they haven't even picked up a map. So, it's not going to fill you full of confidence if you're an Ago fan, or indeed, I find it very hard to, feel if you're an Ago player, how do you kind of get confidence going into this game knowing that, Sinners have dominated you the last 3 times you've played it, and, it hasn't even looked close in some maps as well.
But still, Sinners currently on a 6-map win streak. They've been beating the likes of a Go twice, which is their last 2 games. We've got 2 more victories against Big. They have just been insane recently. And of course, that starstruck lineup. We've got Shock, Beasting, Zedco, Neofrag, and of course, the legendary Oscar. Of course, with Tom Keats as their coach, it's a kind of stern and incredible coach to have leading them as well. The man I want to watch out for, now usually it's Oscar. He is kind of the man who carries, it's kind of the man who's known to be the one who's played at the very top. But Neofrag is emerging as the other star player of this side. Now, maybe also emerging considering Sinners have been kind of known as a team to look out for a while, but either way, Neofrag is my man, and I really have some faith in this guy. Over on a Go, though, do you want to talk to us a bit about Go, Jack?
Yeah, I mean, Go, they are not a bad team. We're saying coming into this, we're bigging up Sinners. Ago, they've had some pretty good results. Like, second in Premier, like, that's not anything to turn your nose up at. Like, that is very, very impressive. They've beaten some of the top teams in the past. Furlan, Fiku, Snatchy, Rallen, Le Mans in there as well. Of course, Reitz being the 6th man in this lineup. And then Minarox, the coach. The player that I want to watch out for is always going to be Snatchy. In this lineup, he is so impactful. When he has the AWP in his hands, he can be so dangerous. But what has really been the problem in these Sinners games is it's really been just Snatchy kind of performing and everybody else kind of just trickling off a little bit. He needs some help from his teammates today. He can't really do it all alone. Like Snatchy, yes, he's been getting some amount of kills. I believe if you look back in the past 3 times they played, he'll be in and around even, maybe, +1, -1. But the rest of his team, you're looking down, they could be -10 for the series. They need to step up and try and help him out a little bit. But I mean, it is always difficult when you're coming up looking at that Sinners lineup. Like, you cannot look at that Sinners lineup and then pick out a bad player. It's just not possible. Everyone pulls their weight. And then when you have, your stars in there, like Oscar, who has been absolutely superb since he's joined the lineup, and then Neofrag as well. I mean, it's going to be difficult for any team on any day to play against them.
You're absolutely right. And the best place to try and beat the Sinners side will be in the Veto. Now, hard to do. Everyone knows the Sinners have a very strong kind of Veto. We know that they don't really like playing Dust 2, but that's about it. Put them on any other map and they're relatively comfortable. Something else to highlight as well is because Sinners, they play a lot of CS. Every single map has over 20 maps played on it. So you have a lot to anti-strap. You've got a lot to watch out for. And for a Go, let's see if they're able to try and craft something to work with in this Veto. Going into it, though, let's see what it will comprise of. As, of course, our first bans are going to be the kind of standard from Sinners, Dust 2. From a Go, I imagine it'll be Overpass, which is their instant Veto, that it is. Now, Where's our battle going to be staged? It looks like it's going to be Vertigo, a map we've already seen today. Our second pick is Nuke, though. No surprises there. One of Ago's best maps. Removing a Mirage and then removing Inferno means we're seeing Ancient as our decider. I cannot wait to see this. And a little piece of me wants it to go to 3, Jack.
Yeah, I mean, every time I see Ancient as a decider, I'm happy. Of course, it's in the first 2. I'm guaranteed to see it. But when I see it as the 3rd map, I mean, I just can't get enough of it. I just love watching it. And I mean, looking at these maps, it's so hard to look past Sinners, especially because not only have they beaten Ago in the past, they've beaten them on all of these maps as well. Ago haven't actually won; they've lost every single one. I think Vertigo, they've lost 3 times to them. I'm looking. I think Nuke is like 2, maybe. Ancient is only 1. I believe that was a 16-10 the last time they played it. Of course, it is relatively new into the map pool, but I mean, it's very hard to look past this very strong Sinners lineup.
Here's the thing. Statistically, Ago are actually favourites because you've got that Sinners Vertigo. No one's beating that. Fair enough. Just it's one of their best maps. They're famous for how good they are on Vertigo. But Nuke, Ago, a map they play a lot, a map they're strong on. Ancient, a map that they've played a good 6 times more, 7 times more than Sinners have. So they're a lot more experienced when it comes to Ancient. So I think if it's not a 2-0 to Sinners, we're seeing a 2-1 to Ago. I think that if I were a kind of prediction man, I would actually rate an Ago 2-1 here.
Yeah, I mean,
not to betray my brothers over at Sinners, but you love an underdog story, right?
Yeah, it has to be done. A prediction has to be made, and I mean, we're gonna jump straight into the match. But like that Ancient pick, I mean, it could go either way. Ago do have a really good CT side, is the only thing that I believe in like the first 6 times they played it or something. They had only lost 5 rounds on the CT side in those 6 games, which is just absolutely mental to even think about. But we are going to jump into the action. B stick with a kit and a smoke, and it looks like we are going to see an A play here from Ago.
Get ready for this engagement. Neofrag sees him coming, tries to do a bit of damage where he can, but it's all tickle damage for the time being. It's Roland to get the first kill, though. Man advantage for Ago now, and as they barrel to the safe site, Oscar, what can he do on the defense? Fully blinded, through the smoke is just tickling Roland, unable to get a kill, means that Ago still stay on top. With Oscar falling through the smoke himself, now things start looking scary. Zedko, seen as he goes to the flank on side, and while it's good for one, it's down to B-Stick to chime in. Zedko, 180 there, good for another, but Roland, he's there to finish the job, and with that, we're going to see a 1-0 lead for Ago there as the Polish side show that actually Vertigo is also one of their home grounds as well.
Yeah, and I was just wondering where we're gonna see the decoy play over towards sandbags, where you throw the decoys just to see if there's somebody playing. It kind of clears out that angle, also masks the sound of the bomb plant, but it didn't come down to that. Of course, the initial pick found there from Ago, and it's a good round to start us off. Now we see the Deagles bought here from the Sinners side, and in the previous best of 3 between Endpoint and Copenhagen Flames, this one was kind of a round that kind of eluded the team that won the pistol. It just kind of went the way of the team that forced it nearly every single time. So I mean, maybe Ago can break the streak and break the chain, but Sinners would be hoping to keep up that tradition.
Oscar crossing in mid means that you can join the members on B here, and as Ago rotate back to this B site, Thiku bringing up the rear, and with Roland and what looks like Lemon both holding mid, ready for a bit of a flank into this engagement wherever they dare take it. We get ready to see this follow through when Oscar jumps up, tries to follow through. That initial nade goes off though, and as he peeks in, he legs down Lemon. Perfect opening for them. Not quite able to capitalise on it though, but instead we wait to see what Ago can now do. With both members tagged, Sinners with a rotation ready to come through. With a couple of members boasting the Eagles, the odd scout on Oscar, there's no utility to assist them here. It has to be through Angels, and with 30 seconds left, well, there ain't much time for this execution for Ago. We saw in our endpoint game earlier, it was constant back and forth between buys, and we may see the same thing here as Lemon gets ready to lead the charge. Smokes go down. They go. 20 seconds after they hit this site, and this follow-up comes around. As spams through the smoke. No kill yet, though, and instead that bomb is going to go down uncontested here, Jack, as Ago looking pretty strong.
Yeah, Sinners just using the one piece of utility that they had. They did have a flash, and usually you would see, a team just wait in CT, flash through the smoke, and try and contest the bomb planter. But not Sinners, not in this round anyway. And being smoked out there, Sinners, they get literally nothing, and they know that this isn't a winnable fight. So they back away and they save all 5 players. And I actually love this from them. I really do. They don't get anything. I go, they have done enough. And Sinners say, all right, we'll go again in the next round. Fair play. You take 2-0. We'll see us with the Deagles and armor, Oscar with the scout in round number 3.
A go. That's a pretty strong way to start, don't you think? Sinners sent back to the drawing board with a couple of bits of armor from that saved round. It means that actually their eco here is still pretty damn scary. And what's interesting is the odds for our partners at Pinnacle still favour Sinners by quite a distance.
Yeah, I mean, Pinnacle, obviously, they understand. They know that Sinners, they've played them the last 3 times and they've won, not dropped a single map. So you can completely understand that point of view. But again, it's the same old story that these teams, they're so close together on the rankings, only, 2 spots in between them, that, it could be anyone's game. It's very hard to look at stats and just go, okay, well, they should win. This team definitely should be able to find it. Nice shot there by Zegko, but takes a lot of damage as he has to be a little bit afraid now. But, anyone at this level can win on any given day was the main point of that one, as the nades just rain onto Shock. So Ago just doing a good job of softening up the Sinners players before they even get into a bomb site, which of course is going to help them in the long run.
B-Stick, aggression into ramp, sees Furlan on the angle. He hasn't followed up yet though, but Veto falls. Lemon, while he can trade, he's going to try and follow up, and for the time being, Oscar legs down Furlan. Nice little opening for him. And as it falls into a 4-on-4 now, we get ready to see who can follow up now. And for the main members of a go, there's going to be a quick engagement. And once again, they run down this clock. So 35 seconds left when they go for the attack. Roland's going to be flanking through mid. And Neofrag, unfortunately, not quite got the timing onto the peak. Instead, now the charge is led. Let's see what Zedko can do. Caught out by Lemon. Falls down to both Neofrag and the defender of Shock. But with Shock already falling, Neofrag, it's a nice trade, leaving it into a 2-on-2. And as we get ready for the flank of Oscar, you see the first man. Tags down Snatchy. Oh, that's quick by Snatchy. He turns 180, instantly finishing the job on that member, leaving Neofrag in the 1v2. Shifting out, Lemon, Lemon, messy, but killed in the process. Snatchy now, also low on HP, and as Zedko's death from the same position means that for Neofrag, he too is sent to the grave. Snatchy able to deliver, and a go 3-0 up.
And as you can see there popping up on your screen, of course, this could put on thanks to Pinnacle. If you bet €10 on Esports, you will get €10 back by using that code CUP21. But remember to do so only when betting in a fun and safe environment, and only bet to what you can afford. You can head over to pinnacle.com/odds to check them out. And of course, full terms and conditions do apply. But we're going to jump into the first gun round here. A lot of damage being done. That's a big opening kill found there by Oscar. It is Furlan to fall. And, well, now Argo, they might be just a little bit wary of that off towards A and might reconsider and go towards maybe a different bomb site, as we see Rallen might lurk out mid later on. But the focus from the T side is going to be over towards this B site. Shock just expending a bit of utility now. Zegko in a very advanced position. He's pushed up looking for something if the Polish side are going to give him anything at all. Well, not right now. Shock rotated over. Zegko finds the first. The flash is lovely. Ooh. And Le Mans is caught off guard. Zegko takes him down. It's all down to Rallen and Fiku, but the bomb is in quite unrecoverable position. As I say that, Fiku finds the headshot onto Zegko. And we're into a 2v4, but, well, Fiku has to do it alone now.
It was a very clean buy round from Sinners, actually. The heroics of both Zedko and Oscar there to get the entries just kind of stagnated it completely. We're going to see a very, very clean round by Sinners as they now go for players left standing, so make their first round and kind of slap it on the board there. As a quick heads up, though, we have a little roster change, a rotation for a go, which is quite nice to see, don't you think, Jack? For the second and third map, we're not having Lemon, instead we're having Reitz from a go. That's going to be interesting.
Yeah, it is going to be a little bit interesting. Of course, they kind of just rotate Reitz and Leman, and it's a really interesting duo to have, to be able to rotate. They're both absolutely incredible players. A little bit of a faster paced round here to start us off. Nade getting a kill, but Oscar able to pull one back, and it's a bit of a weird buy here from Ago. Beastic in a good position to spot out Fiku. This molly should burn them down a lot, actually forces them forward. Oscar needs to be careful. He goes down and gives up an op. Now Ago have a chance as Zeko and Shock have to try and pull this one back.
For Shock in a 1 versus however many peak. Yep, instead he could do it on his own. Good for the first, clean for the second. He didn't even need Zedko for that engagement. Instead, with that, we're going to see Sinners put themselves on the board, kind of snapping at the Go's heels and just making sure that they close the distance as quick as humanly possible. And for Pinnacle, they seem to think that Sinners still the favourites here. Understandably so, having seen these last couple from Sinners, because they're looking pretty damn clean.
Yeah, once you get back Sinners on the rifles, there's very few that are better than them, especially in this scene at the minute. And, well, you know, they would definitely be one of the favourites going forward for the event, I would feel, as we see now Oscar holding towards mid. Only a few upgraded pistols. I believe it's 3 P250s to work with. The rest are on Glocks. No utility is going to make it very difficult on a map like Vertigo to really get anywhere near a bomb site. Usually you see somebody having one flashbang and they go for maybe a late pop towards ramp, but Neofrag, he's not going to be blind, and actually he just puts a smoke down and might just play around it. Going to get into a nice position to maybe farm some of these pistols.
For Oscar holding the angle. That's ready for the rotation of these members. As he does so, get ready for the engagement. Here's that swing, sees him coming. And while he's good for the first Neofrag, he reveals himself in the bait and switch. He's good for another. Both players good for 2. And while Furlan's able to tag Oscar, he's not able to kill him. Second, he peeks too far. Oscar missed a shot though as he tries to finish the job. Jumps up and for Furlan. Bit of a showstopper there, but it feels like silver linings for him here. As he's left in the 1v3, he deploys that nade, and with the bomb, he does have something to work with. But Beastic just tries to cover the distance. He too falls, leaving Furlan on 35 HP, switching back to the P250 now as he gets ready to engage with Shock, but the flanker Zedko finishes the job. A very good round from a go there, actually, to make it that costly for Sinners.
Yeah, with literally nothing invested, that is absolutely superb. The only thing that they're really short of doing in that round is getting a bomb plant, but they'll be happy with, you know, those 3 kills. Now, Sinners do save an op and an AK, so, you know, it isn't too bad, but the rebuy on the CT side, we all know how the CT economy is. It can be difficult at the best of times. That was just absolutely sublime there by Furlan. Lovely little reaction shot onto Oscar. You know, makes them pay, and as I say that, there's a shock to the system. Shock with a lovely 3k. Fiku now alone, 1 minute and 37 seconds left on the clock in the round, and he has to be scratching his head wondering what the hell has happened to my teammates.
Yeah. Blink and you miss it, right? For Neofrag, pretty clean kill to end, but the reality is that round was all Shock. As the Pinnacle banner appears on your screen, remember, now over on Pinnacle, if you bet €10, you then get an extra €10. That's only if you bet on Esports, though. So remember to sign up using code CUP21. Give them all the love they deserve at pinnacle.com/welcome. Or if you want to see the odds on this game, then go to pinnacle.com/odds. And I guarantee you, they're going to be updating fairly heavily in Sinner's favour after these last couple of rounds. Go give them the love they deserve. They're wonderful people. And with you here for Cup 1, Jack? I think you were, weren't you? This was your first one with us.
The semi-final I was here. I stood in for somebody, I'm pretty sure. Me and Retro, I believe.
Retro, there you go. That was kind of your main intro into Relog, like kind of all tournaments, in this circuit, wasn't it? So
yeah, it was very early on.
Yeah, wonderful people, aren't they?
Oh yes, fantastic. Yeah. Some of the best.
Yeah, I know that for me and Josh, it was like kind of maiden voyage, so to say. And it was, yeah, they've been wonderful. So I'm very, very happy to be here for that too. And well, for Oscar, he's going to be happy with that entry. Neofrag, he chimes in. Snatchy eventually trades, but there's still a man down. And as Oscar, he's going to have to try and make sure that bomb isn't retrieved. But it's quite an awkward angle for the Sinners to retake. They kind of let it go, have ramp control, knowing full well that with only a couple of smokes and execution is going to be really damn hard for the Polish side.
Yeah, I mean, the name of the game really here is just damage once again, just trying to keep the CT economy from really just blossoming into something that isn't going to be controllable by the T side. And, well, Sinners, they're just going to hold the line here, already losing Neofrag. They don't really want to give too much away. They want to just get this round over and done with without any hiccups. But there is utility here for the Agos side if they want to go for an execute, and that's a lovely peek there. Oscar goes down. Beastic should be able to have the trade, but Rallen, he's able to find the kill. 6 HP, drops the op over to Snatchy, which is a danger in itself. Definitely the man that you want on an op if you're an Ago fan, not if you're a Sinners fan. As we see 35 seconds, smokes go down. Ago might be able to get the bomb plant here.
Looks like Sinners going to be taking a bit of a worried gulp as they realise that actually Go still had the power to bite, having lost 3 members exchanged for nothing here. Fiku, he's planted uncontested by Shock, and while Zedko will join his teammate, ready to start this retake, Roland, the man on side, who's kind of holding this angle, shuts down Shock with a lightning fast shot, leaving Zedko in a 1v3. Now, Zedko is the clutch man when it comes to a Go, so he'll pre-fire that at an angle, he'll try to clear everything he can, but he doesn't know where both these members are. He has assumptions, and he kind of has inklings, and as he shuts down Roland, it's Snatchy to finish the job, and with that, Go, they equalise at 4-4. These odds they update, and wow, 1.5 to 2.5, pretty much round put them out, to be honest, but I'm interested to see if they sway any further away from Sinners towards Sinners. It's going to be interesting to see how this game pans out, Jack.
Yeah, I mean, 4-4, it is very difficult to, actually say which way this one is going to go. We are going to see a little bit of a technical pause come in, though, as we just wait for that one to go in. But I would kind of give the advantage to Sinners here, just because 4 on CT side, I believe the momentum can be gained on that T side, and definitely a team that you do not want to give a hefty lead to on the CT side, because they will just run away with the game. And, well, the players are just going to be waiting for this one to go live once again, and we'll get a nice look at everyone looking relaxed on the Sinner side.
Yeah, they seem pretty calm. They seem pretty collected. Apart from Frank, who looks like he's having a midlife crisis. Oh, that timing. But the rest of Sinners, they look pretty happy. They're pretty calm, pretty collected, and hopefully we get this technical timeout finished pretty quickly. But while we are in this timeout, we can talk about Trustly. Jack, do you like Trustly?
Yes, I actually did check them out during the break, Peter.
Did you? What did you think?
I did. Very easy to use.
It's insane, isn't it?
Yeah.
Yeah, it is insane. So I'm pretty impressed by them, and well, they're wonderful partners here. So you can use Trustly. It's no cards, no app download, no registration either. It is literally easy as pie, and you can use it to place bets on pinnacle.com/odds. We can find the odds for Sinners and Go. Remember, it should only be you should only use this for fun, and only bet when you're kind of enjoying yourself with what you can afford. So to keep safe, our full terms and conditions will apply, but give them the love they deserve.
Yeah, definitely. And, well, the love being spread throughout really this server right now, as we're level on players, level on score. It's 4s across the board, 4 alive on each side, and 4 rounds each. Now, who's going to get the 5th? Zegko trying to pull it for his team. Finds the first kill. It's a lovely double. The smoke deployed as well. It's Ago down to 2, and it's Leman and Furlan left to try and pull it back. A big dink onto Leman. The kill found, but Neofrag should be able to find this refrag, and indeed he will. Furlan left to try and scramble to get a round win, but it is going to be difficult, especially with that position from Zegko. 5-4. Sinners have the lead once again, and it puts Ago's economy in a little bit of a difficult position.
I'm really impressed by Zedko at the moment. Zedko, he's usually the kind of quiet player on Sinners. He's usually the one who is good for the odd kill here or there. He's mainly the clutching, kind of rotation support player. But right now, he's on fire. I think he's on 14 kills as we speak, and he's just really delivering. Shock, ready for the engagement in mid, throws that molly, good for the first, Lemon falls, and that's the only rifle they have on a Go. That's a really tough spot now, and as Shock aggresses to the other side of this, Roland's the next man to kind of step up to the platter. He also falls. Furlan reveals himself. He's able to survive for now, but Shock, he's more than hungry and more than ready to take these engagements, as Zedko once again can chime in.
I mean, Beastic rotates in. He's going to clean up the rest, it would seem, and indeed it will. So, I mean, clean round there from Sinners. Exactly what you would want if you're a Sinners fan. They get rid of those pesky pistols without any, disastrous rounds, nobody falling, nothing of the likes. So those pistol rounds, I always get nervous watching them. Somebody comes flying through a smoke, the P250 just two-tapping people in the head, but not today, not in that round. And well, we are going to see the AKs and op on Snatchy, which I'm interested to see because he has been pretty quiet throughout the game. He hasn't really had the opportunity to bring out the op too much, and when he has it, he is a real danger man. So he's somebody to keep an eye out on, and definitely the kind of player that can really just change a game.
Util flying. There we go. Once again, having to take their time and kind of slow down the tempo with this engagement onto ramp. Oscar going to aggress and hold a bit of a wider angle, but it's nothing too unorthodox, nothing too uncommon. And instead, he actually opts against it now, backing all the way off, and it looks like Furlan will be the first point of contact. Is Oscar going to be called into action here? More utils thrown, and while he almost dares them to peek to the other side of this, they continue to just run down the clock, and about 50 seconds to spare, and with only 2 smokes to get them onto this site, they're actually in a bit of a dire spot. That being said, though, Sinners, they too have expended a lot of utility in the early round here.
Not a lot of utility for the T side here. The Molly going to be dropped, which is going to delay them even further, but Neofrag goes down, which could be a huge kill. Beastic is the main man here, though if he is spotted out and goes down, it would be disastrous. But Ago, they're really caught on their heels here. They need to get up onto the site and try and at least take some control.
Let's see who can hold Beastic onto XCOM. There's Roland able to trade, and into a 3-on-2 now. It's looking pretty tough for a go, but Oscar, with control of the bomb, is continuing to wreak havoc on this attack. Snatchy able to respond in time, though. Can finish the job onto Oscar, winning the AWP duel and giving a go that victory in that round. But you need to remember, that was last minute, last possible second, because if Snatchy had died there wasn't enough time for the rotation of Furlan, and they'd have just lost the round.
Yeah, it really needed to come in there. They needed to find those kills. And well, as we have the timeout once again, you can see the Pinnacle banner popping up there. And well, if you want to head over to pinnacle.com/odds, you can bet €10 on esports and you get €10 back. You can use the code CUP21, but make sure you're only doing so in a safe and licensed environment, or well, a safe and a fun environment rather. Only bet what you can afford, and full terms and conditions do apply. And it looks like the tack comes to an end. So yeah, I'm a big fan of this. A lot of teams, they're using their tacks. They're not really, taking everything straight away. They're kind of taking the small breaks when they need, digesting what went on in the round, but it's really neck and neck here, and I for one can't split them.
Someone's made a very interesting point in chat, which is, how can Sinners be rated lower than a Go when every time they match up, Sinners just destroy them? That's kind of down to form, I assume. It's performance against other teams rather than just one, isn't it?
Yeah, I mean, it's a little bit weird. HLTV, it's a mystery trying to figure out the rankings. Some of them,
Decipher the enigma.
You do see, like some teams complain about it on Twitter as well. It's like, how does this make sense? We beat these teams and then all of a sudden they're ahead of us. They go up rankings and we go down rankings. Yeah, it is a little bit of a mystery, but I mean, if Sinners continue to put up, these good numbers and continue to keep beating teams like Ago and even, more top teams, especially, when they get the chance in Pro League, you'll definitely see them skyrocket up above. But Ago, they're no easy game.
Let's see what can be done now, Zedko. He's good for Lemon. Can he follow up on this site now when the engagement comes in? And with Shock and Zedko both chiming in, Snatchy left in the 1 versus 5. He's just destroyed by Zedko there, who once again delivers for Sinners on this B site. 16-5 he now goes, Jack. And I tell you what, Zedko, he's usually a player who steps up, but in this case, he's looking unstoppable.
Yeah, and I mean, we talked about it in the pregame. Looking at that lineup, it's very hard to pick out a bad player. And,
Yeah.
you see Zeko, like, he mightn't be playing the best in some games. He can still pop off. He still has the ability to, drop these big kill games. And if they keep going towards that B site, it's very hard to say that he won't be stopped on this reign of terror. As we see pistols out once again, Neofrag starts us off with a bang, with a kill, gets tagged up a considerable amount, to be fair, but that's a huge nade from Self as well, as Leman tagged down to just below half HP. B-Stick spots nothing, gonna dump a bit of utility and just try and keep Ago at bay as they try and get some damage and maybe try and get a bomb plant.
We get ready to for this engagement. B-Stick, actually, him backing off is going to try and bait them into Neofrag now, who is on a bit of an off angle, but it has been played before. Snatchy, they have it, just kills him with it. So that's the problem with playing an angle more than once. And with a bit of damage done to Oscar as well, B-Stick, he trades. Oscar chimes in regardless of the fact they know his position. And as Roland takes a fair bit of damage as well, we're left in what will now be a 2-on-3. Lemon chimes in. Roland, Deagle retrieved. Continues to go up ramp to take this engagement. And as Shock holds, Roland, bit of damage done, and as he is forced back, grenades continue to land on them. A lot of damage done to them. Now, by some miracle, they are still alive right now, Jack. I think for Roland and Lemon, that was actually a mercy killing at that point. I don't know how they survived for that long. And Zedko, once again, he's able to clean up. What a god he is at the moment.
He gets the kills on A, gets the kills on B. Doesn't matter where he is. He's just popping up everywhere. But what I was looking at there was just the utility. It just seemed to be raining grenades over onto the Ago side. And, well, they just had no answer to it on that pistol round. And, well, we'll see what they can do. There's only 2 rounds left in this half, of course. We'll see what they can do with the AKs out once again. They're going to go towards B. It's Zegko's playground. It's Zegko's bomb site for the moment. And you're going to find out why. Finds a double, drops the bomb. The rotation has come in now from Shock. He's just going to try and lock it down while his teammates make their way on over. And a power struggle for the bomb will continue.
Shock with this angle being held. Fiku tries to follow up, trying to swing into them. Oscar on the close angle though. Peeks above them. Roland takes the first bit of damage. Fiku there to trade. Furlan chimes in, but Oscar and Shock both respond, leaving Roland in the 1v2. He sees Oscar push in. However, he's not quick enough to kill him. And for Sinners, that'll be a 9-5 lead. A really, really strong position now. When with that, a left. I mean, they can afford to buy, but the buy isn't really what's letting them down here.
I mean, it's all well and good having AKs going into a bomb site, but if you're not winning the duels, yes, they have a little bit of fortune there and get onto the bomb site, but once they get into the post-plant positions, or try to get into the post-plant positions, the ops just reign supreme over them there. The damage was done going up onto the site. Zeko already taken down 2 players before they even get up the stairs, and I mean, it's just looking really, really awkward here for the Polish side. They are just struggling to really just beat Sinners where it matters most, and that's in the aim battles.
So actually, that kill onto Oscar, though, is the turning table for this side. As Zedko chimes in, DQ falls. As we now have in this 4-on-4, a bit of position for a go. Now, they can go Bram and can go for an execution. They've got just enough utils to commit to it, but if they don't go quickly, and if they allow Sinners to continue to drop their util, which for Vertigo, about 40-45 seconds is the magic number where you just dump everything and your opponents don't have enough time to get to a site. We see Sinners start to drop it then. A goer left in a really uncomfortable position. With a flank in mid, though, they might have a rotation that could catch Sinners off guard. With Furlan falling, though, they'll see ramps clear, and this triggers the mass exodus to this B site. Neofrag in mid sees the first man, quick enough to shut down Roland. That nade is going to land right onto Snatchy. There's a bit of damage, though, doesn't quite kill him, though. Instead, Lemon fully blinded, good for the first, traded by Shock, leaving it all on Snatchy in the 1-3 of a Shock as he picks up that up. Will he be able to follow up? Oh, that's quick by Snatchy. but he's still in a 1v2 with only 30 seconds left.
Yeah, and 16 HP. I mean, this isn't looking pretty. There's obviously no chance of a save because it is last round. He has to go for it. But what's really interesting here to me is Sinners have decided to split. They've let Zeko go towards B. Beastic is now going to hear him towards A. He has a molly that can go down. The smoke will extinguish it, however. He's going to make his way forward. Has to stick the plant. Beastic's just going to rush the plant through. If he gets off it, the round is over anyway. No way that Sinners were losing that one. 10-5. They have a fantastic CT half. The odds are showing that Sinners are definitely favourites now. It's a long way back for Ago.
Remember, with Pinnacle, if you go ahead and you bet €10, it has to be on Esports, but if you bet €10 on Esports, you then gain an extra €10 if you sign up using code CUP21. Lots of wonderful people at Pinnacle have made this whole thing possible, and Pinnacle has a special place in my heart, so go give them the love they deserve. The link is both in the description, in the chat. Of course, it's pinnacle.com/odds if you want to go check on this current game between Sinners and a Go. But remember, always remember that sports should be fun, so only play with what you can afford, and to keep safe, offer our full terms and conditions. They will apply.
Let's see if Sinners can keep safe here on this pistol round. They run into Fiku. You've seen what Zeko can do on the bomb side. Let's see what Fiku can do. A lovely double, but Neofrag drops him out of the round. They take the site. Furlan might think about beating that smoke. Oscar has a mid flank, and now the bomb goes down. So it's into a retake scenario, and oh, look at this aggression from Neofrag. Gets the first, but only does damage onto the second, and Sinners are just being so proactive, and they're going up. Zeko with a lovely 3k, hits all 3 shots with the Glock, and well, that is Sinners now continuing their forward momentum, and it is that man Zeko once again.
It's just insane to think that for Sinners, that round actually looked so done for them. Having lost 2 players, it was just an absolute kind of flank of once Zeko chimed in. Just a man of the hour, isn't he? 23-6. Oh my god. Like, we talk about players who have good games, and we think, yeah, you know, we've seen some pretty good stuff from Oscar, but like, this is nuts. And it gets even worse though, because if Zeko can do this, what about the others? What happens when the others wake up?
Oh, I mean, it doesn't look good, does it? It doesn't bode well for the Polish side.
I'll tell you what, Jack, we got a quick game. We got a quick day today, if that's the case, because Roland, though, they're able to entry as B-Stick falls. Gives them a little bit of an opening. And as we see the aggression of Roland shutting down Neofrag, puts it into a 5-on-3. For Shock, he's almost waiting for the follow-up, and for Oscar and Zeko, getting those kills is just soul-crushing Vertigo. They finally have a lead, and everyone just melts. What on earth was that? Sinners 12-5 up, a go down to an eco. What can I do from here, Jack? It's slowly going, it's getting worse and worse.
It's gone all wrong, Peter, hasn't it? I mean, you know, they get the 2 kills, you're looking at it, you're like, okay.
Alright, maybe we have a development, but
I was kind of thinking, I was like, are we the curse? I was like, because once I seen the first 2 Deagle kills, I was like, nobody has won a second round after winning the pistol today.
Yeah.
Is it us? Are we the problem? But no, Sinners have other ideas. They just absolutely destroy, they desolate Ago in that round. Now, pistols out here, and B-Stick with this MP5.
We don't often see an MP5, do we? But
no, it's a little bit unorthodox, but I mean, it works.
It works, yeah. Fair enough, man. He's having a blinder, and for Furlan, I mean, we'll try and snatch it off him. It's fruitless though. When with Sinners now going 13-5 up, it's looking almost feckless from a Go to continue trying to battle this T side from the Czech, and well, parts of the Pinnacle at almost 4-1 now favour Sinners, and understandably so, because it is looking rough for this Polish side.
It's very hard to, you know, try and see or try and, you know, imagine a comeback in my mind. And Zeko's going to go for the run boost. Why not? You're absolutely full of confidence, but Fiku is ready. So Zeko, you know, kind of brought down to earth a little bit there, as he will lose his life. Man advantage gained here from Ago, but we've seen them get the man advantage in the past. It's about what they do with it, and, you know, they've given it away a little bit too freely for my liking in the past. They'll be hoping not to make the same mistake here, as Sinners are going to slowly make their way towards A once that smoke begins to clear.
For Snatchy, as he holds for this angle. Sees Oscar, not quite able to kill him though. Instead, he's only good for one before Shock trades. A man advantage, made that 2-man advantage with Roland's aggression instantly nullified though. And for the 3-on-2, Oscar, he doesn't go through that smoke. Instead, he needs to hold this position. He's looking for the AWP, and I think he might be a bit unlucky. I think it's fallen off the map, so he's kind of accepted that, and instead just treats the AK like it's an AWP. Taps down VQ. Furlan is on the angle, so Shock's going to have a hard time taking this engagement, especially with the left-sided peak. As the nades land, timing, it favours Furlan there, gets the kill. 19 HP though, and for Oscar, unable to find the AWP. He looks almost upset he couldn't get the AWP off the back of that, and as the first player jumps up, Furlan will finish the job to deliver a go their 6th, which is the first round they've had in quite a while.
Yeah, you can just kind of imagine Oscar just cursing himself there, like, oh, where is that up? I'm looking for it now. That's the win condition. But as you can see there on your screen, we'll have a little bit of a chat about Pinnacle while it is up there. And of course, if you haven't heard already, you can use code CUP21 to take advantage of a great promotion, really, that is running for the moment. Heading over to pinnacle.com/odds. When you bet €10 on esports, you get €10 back, but make sure to do so in a safe and fun environment, and only gamble what you can afford. And I mean, that's why Oscar was looking for the op there, you know. He is so dangerous, just runs, guns, VQ finds one. But I mean, Oscar, he's just popping through the smoke. How a Shot got that kill?
It looks like Sinners have gone, right, fine, and then we'll just go win. And it's like they were kind of toying with that last round and realised that they've got to wake up. Maybe the coach just said, all right, boys, go on. Yeah, let's give them a bit of respect. They went, all right, fine. Just went and won. And this case, they go, I mean, saving 2 weapons, it helps, but with absolutely 0 on, Furlan, Lemon, Roland almost, and it's actually with only 1k, 2 rifles isn't enough to help next round. And as Sinners are looking to reset a go, hit 15 while simultaneously resetting their opponents, it's almost game over for a go here. And to lose this one-sidedly is where we start seeing momentum transfer to map 2, where while Nuke isn't a go map, it's also a Z go map. So I don't really know what to say other than that.
Yeah, I mean, you know, you give the advantage to aggro going over on Nuke, but Sinners start on the CT side as well, you have to remember.
Yeah.
And we have seen, you know, Sinners beat aggro in that game for, I believe it was the game for ESL Pro League that they won 16-8, I believe, on Nuke, and it was complete domination. That was the first map played. Of course, Sinners had a 1-map advantage because they came from the upper bracket, but, you know, a 16-8... it was just very, very one-sided, and the way that Sinners are playing right now, I mean, it can definitely transfer from Vertigo over onto Nuke. We see a trade frag to start us off. Bomb is dropped. Zegko looking for some more, but Rallen will find that kill, and now Sinners are down a man. Good bit of damage done to Rallen though, so they at least have a chance, but they need to just take this one a little bit slowly. Never mind.
On the frag, that's an opening. Snatchy, he does trade, leaving us into the 3-on-2. Furlan, he chimes in, leaving Beaststick alone in this endeavour. But Beaststick, he's acutely aware they don't have a B defense, and as he bombs it to this site, looks like the first man he'll have to fight is Snatchy. The low HP player means that he does have a chance here, but as he deploys that molly as quick as humanly possible, he only has 1 opponent to fight. However, that 1 opponent isn't fighting him. Swings out, and Beaststick, maybe a bit ambitious to try and fight him in mid-air, as they go make it 7, and for Sinners, a reinvestment comes, but because they are on their T side, we haven't had many rounds yet, and it means their economy hasn't been able to get off the ground.
Yeah, a little bit interesting going for that jump and peak. The accuracy a little bit all over the place when you're in the air, but you know, we'll leave it. It was always, you know, going to be a tough scenario to win. He wasn't expected to win that, so yeah, trying to maybe jump over an op there, but we are going to see the op out on Snatchy and Oscar once again, and it's a battle that I cannot wait to see, not only on this map but on Nuke as well, because both of these are absolutely outstanding oppers, and well, I think Nuke will give us, you know, a little bit more of an insight onto how good these two actually are compared to Vertigo.
For VQ, setting us up these sandbags. Snatchy peeks out. Oscar. Quick opening as he's shut down. Leaves a go in a 4-on-3. Shock. He shuts down Furlan. There's that smoke and has that flash just deployed in mid. As Lemon chimes in. There's a double down. Going into a 2-on-2. The V-stick. What can the response be? As he shifts into this position in mid. Lemon hiding for the time being, and as Shock is able to join his teammates, the plant it will be for his position in mid. However, with Lemon taking him down, Shock's left in a 1v2. He knows that one man will be on the flank from Ramp, peeks out, quick kill onto Roland there. Leaves him in the 1v1 now with Lemon, and while Lemon is full HP, only armed with a flash. He tries to take his time hitting this site, and as he does so, Shock, does he peek into him? No, he doesn't. He stays patient, he stays humble, and as he sees the player swing, he's not quite quick enough, and for Lemon, that'll bring it over their 8th, and 1v1 at a time, Jack. They're slowly easing themselves back. The Sinners as well. Their money, it's not looking great.
Nah, it's not, is it? I mean, you need to... That's what you need to do when you're down such... when you're down so bad in this scenario, you need to just take it a round at a time. And that's what Ago have been doing. They're not really taking it too quick. They're just taking it slow. Breathing, not panicking, and we can see that there. It's a clutch scenario, yes, it comes down to, but I mean, Sinners, they only need 2. That's the thing. Ago only need to really make one mistake, and it could all come crumbling down. And well, Oscar, he's just going to be thinking about what he can do once he gets back onto that up. Of course, the money, not great, as you said, for Sinners, but they're not looking too concerned just yet.
For this side, let's see what can be done for Pinnacle, or for this side as they try to survive in Pinnacle, because we are still in the opening games. If you lose, you're not out. You need to lose, I think it's 3 in the Swiss stage to be eliminated. You need to win 3 to get out into the playoffs, right? For this being the kind of tempo setter, this being the tone setter for sides, you want it to be as one-sided as possible. We saw Endpoint earlier. That was how you make a statement. For Sinners, though, for every round a go get, it affects their round difference, which will actually help influence their matchup for their second round. So they have a vested interest in making this as one-sided as possible.
You want to get it over and done with quick, or else you might have a more difficult matchup in the second round. Then you might hope the aggression comes in, and oh my, they just walk right into a crossfire. That's just very, very aggressive for my liking from Ago. It leaves Snatchy and Fiku in an awful position. I mean, we are going to see Fiku push through B and come on a flank, but we see Snatchy. He has to do it here alone. The rifle's picked up, and, well, they don't even need to use a rifle. Shock has a deagle. Finds the headshot Fiku in a 1v4, and they know where he is.
That Shock finishes the job like that. It's going to be a 15th for Sinners, 1 away from victory here, and for a go, let's see what they can do next, and what may be for the last time this map, the Pinnacle banner appears on your screen. Remember, if you bet €10, you'll gain €10 when you sign up using Cup 21. It's pinnacle.com/welcome to find out more. Remember, terms and conditions do apply. However, Pinnacle have been kind enough to land that promotion for us, so give them the love they deserve. And for Zedco, he's had 8 double kills this game. That's insane. At 22 rounds.
That is
4
insane.
triple kills as well.
Oh
my god. He's having a blinder.
You weren't wrong when you said he was having a game. He is absolutely dominating. I'm still kind of in shock the way the last round went. I think that Ago just gave the map on a silver platter to Sinners there, just getting way too over aggressive when they didn't need to. And, well, now they might pay the price here.
It's a rough start for Sinners, but Neofrag having kind of detected that Ago gone for a heavy stack on A, it means that Sinners have a bit of information to trade for it. And as B6 shuts down Roland, it falls into a 4-on-4 now. Furlan hiding in this position has Lemon tagged down as well. And Furlan chiming in though. Zedco's taken down, fully blinded, missed shot by Oscar means he's able to get away. At least he's able to recover with the second dip, but for the scouts of Viku. As he aggress, he doesn't have to for now. Shock. His kill forces it into a 3-on-2. And for Lemon and Viku, now having to rotate in mid. Beestick on the flank. Oh, this is going to be so deadly. This can't be how Sinners end, surely. Well, Beestick, 2 HP. This is looking like a very damn strong flank. And unless something goes horrifically wrong, which in this case is actually going to be Sinners playing it safe and going straight to B and planting anyway, it means that for Shock, he now becomes the flanker.
And it's that position, not checked. We've seen Surreal use it in the game for Endpoint earlier, and well, it is going to work out for Sinners. They fake the rotation, they go back towards B, and they are going to win the game 16-8. What an emphatic scoreline to start us off, ladies and gentlemen. That is going to be it for the first map. We're going to send it to a short 5-10 minute break, but we'll be right back with map number 2. It's going to be Ago's pick. We'll see if they can force a decider of Ancient, or will Sinners be going 1-0 in the main Swiss of the Pinnacle Cup II. Stay tuned. We'll be back in a moment.
Hello, hello, hello. Welcome back to the Pinnacle Cup. We have got an incredible game ahead in which Sinners are taking on a Go. We just saw Sinners take map 116-8 against a Go of their map pick of Vertigo. We're now on a Go's map pick of Nuke, and to get things underway, a Go, they're going quick onto the same bomb site. For a pistol round, they've just dived on. They've been able to get this plant uncontested, and as we go to the 5v5, the only bit of scathing has been done to Oscar. Over in lobby, it's Furlan and Roland to both chime in, leaving Shock alone before he too is taken out by Furlan into the 5-on-2. And for the remaining members, up in heaven, it's Reeks for one, Viku for the other, and they go for a pistol round with only one player even taking damage.
Wow. What a start. I mean, they take the pistol. That was one of the most convincing pistols I think I've seen in a while. They just absolutely dominate. Well, 1-0 up. Of course, they're going to have to come up against the buy of thing. Of course, this was Max a little bit earlier. But, you know, back to this game. Back to Sinners, Ago. And, well, we are going to see a little bit of a fast play here from Snatchy out towards Hut. And a pop Neofrag finds one through the smoke. Stick not spotted out from backside. Finds the kill. Might go for some more. Gets the second. Looking for the third. Furlan takes him down, but the damage has been done. Surely Ago aren't going to be forced here, as now the smoke is deployed and the AKs have to hold, but it's all left onto Furlan, and surely he can't shoot at all those angles at once. And Neofrag with a double, but it was that man Beestick on the back site. Sinners tie it up 1-1.
The RGL Sinners really delivering there, and what a way for Sinners to put themselves on the board. We saw this back and forth. We saw it in both endpoint games. We saw it on Vertigo. We're going to see it again now. The Oswald partners at Pinnacle really favouring Sinners here, which is surprising considering this is a Go's map pick. I think it's safe to assume there's a series odds, right? In fact, they may not be, but I can't imagine why map odds would favour Sinners this one-sidedly. A series odds would just be confirmed to us, so that makes a bit of sense considering they're already a map up. But for a Go, not a pretty sight.
No, not at all, and it just rounds that you need to be converting, especially getting onto the site. You know, yes, you lose one man, but you really need to be clearing out the back site there. Just completely ignoring B-Stick, that's not the way you do it. Shock put under a little bit of pressure towards ramp, needs to fall away, and actually goes for the re-aggression, which I kind of like. He stays to fight against pistols as Stegko gets dinked up, deploys a Molotov, but he will go down, and there will be a rifle recovered. But we're into a 4v4. And now the bomb needs to be taken back by Ago, but the nade on Oscar is so good. Flashes just making it a little bit difficult for the Sinners side, but so far so good for the Czech men.
For Oscar. Coming up ramp now, going a bit hungry for these remaining members, but as Beastic covers him, installs a roller. Now, he's killed Zedko, so he does have an AK to wield, but he's running straight into Beastic in lobby. Very clean kill at that. My only worry for him is he doesn't have armor. So every fight he takes, even one bit of damage, is enough to really mitigate his outputs. And as he goes up to control, the window's broken. And one of them is, so he has something to work with here. So he looks to take the peek into ramp, slowly shifting out, and for Oscar, it's a quick clean-up. Sinners, they make it 2 as they double their round count, meaning for a go. I fully expect to see a buy down to 2k, but no. Full buy comes out, and well, on the topic of full, let's talk about Trustly, because, I mean, you don't want to let your playing experience be disrupted by slow payments, so if you choose Trustly, essentially it's just a very quick way of paying for stuff. You've got no cards, no app download, no registration. You can actually use Trustly at pinnacle.com/odds, where you'll find the in-play odds for Sinners versus a Go. And of course, you need to always remember that sport should be fun, so only play with what you can afford, and to keep safe, full terms and conditions do apply. But outside, looks like Zedko's going to apply the hurts to these remaining members. Good for 1, good for 2. Tanks Snatchy, can't quite kill him though, but the damage has definitely already been done.
Damage already done, but Furlan will get a trade back, so it becomes doable for Ago. They get down towards Secret, and Fiku finds Oscar, so that's a huge frag to kill. Now, or rather to get, they can go anywhere, but Sinners, they're going to react, they're going to push through lobby, and Beastic now is just going to clear it out and make his way towards outside. Ago, they're actually going for a wrap here, and, well, Shock making sure that they're not down onto the B site, but seeing nothing, he might just change up his approach. He's hearing a little bit of util towards A, so the penny is beginning to drop a little bit, and this could be a difficult one, especially with the player in heaven. Now, the HP isn't favourable for Ago, but Beastic is burning. Oh no, what has gone on there? Snatchy will take him down. The Molly forces him out, and Shock might just back away and save here.
Yeah, that round went straight onto its head. Sinners to go into a 4-on-3 favour, and then to be left in what was the 3-on-1 for Shock. He's going to go for it, though, flashing his way out, leads that charge, sees the first member. He knows the second should be there as well, and as they swing out, takes a moment to kind of hesitate before he shoots them, but as he taps that bomb, he's now going to see both members swing into him. Fiku, the first to fall, he sees the second. Snatchy, he also falls! What a shot from Shock there, and he might have time. I think he does. Jack, what on earth was that?
That's such a misplay there. The second player is swinging. You know he's off the bomb. He's just killed your mate. You don't have to peek. There's no time. Oh, that is just difficult to watch for Igo. And that's just simple little mistakes there. See, Fiku gets the kill. Snatchy. Well, actually, to be fair, he didn't have too much time. Maybe I'm being a little bit harsh there. When I see it a second time, I'm being a little bit harsh. But, you know, that is just one that Sinners should not be winning. They come out on top. And now Ago are going to pay the price. There's a nice dig shot from Rollin. But it will be instantly traded back by Zedko and no rifle recovered.
Well, for the air frag, spamming that wall as best he can. Snatchy not quite been killed yet. Instead, Fiku. Eagle in hand, he's been able to get out of vents, but he's spammed down so low in there, and with that, he just instantly killed. A man advantage for Sinners, and against these ecoing members, every kind of grimace of damage is a bonus. Very much Furlan, the only one with ammo, or ammo with armor, I apologise. He's going to be heading over to Secret, so he might be able to get a plant on B if he's lucky. For Reitz coming out of main, he is killed by Beastic, leaving Furlan in the 1v3. And while it's a tough circumstance for him, even if he kills 1 or 2 players, that's enough. Because you need to remember that for Sinners, this was against the full eco.
Yeah, any damage is good damage here, but Oscar will stop that round before it turns into anything more. And I mean, the odds for the series now over at Pinnacle, they are still heavily favouring, of course, the Czech men. But if you're a fan of the Ago boys and think they can make a comeback, definitely head over and check them out. But make sure only gamble what you can afford and do so in a fun and safe environment, as we see a timeout from Ago. And I mean, Peter, at this stage, are you a little bit worried for the so-called Polish powerhouses?
Yes, I was worried since midway through Vertigo when we realised that Zedko was an animal.
Yeah, I mean, he was unstoppable on map number one. Like,
Yeah, it was frightening, wasn't it?
yeah, it really was, and it's very hard to play against a player when they're feeling it like that. Like anything you do, it just seems like it's just not enough. If you just try and go into the bomb site, he was always getting like 2 and 3. Like his multi kill potential was through the roof, and a lot of the time he was just pulling it off, which is absolutely ridiculous. And if he brings even half of that firepower over onto Nuke, I mean, this could be a very quick series.
Very well could be, and for a go. What can be done here? And instead, Sinners now has Zedko poised on the other side of the smoke. He's ready to follow up. Hasn't been able to do so just yet. Instead, though, as we use some rule and rotate, there's Zedko for both members. Taking them both down means that for a go, as they hold and hide in place. See these flashes get deployed, and we see Sinners now have to worry about this engagement from a go. B-Stick hiding in main. Fiku. What can he do now? Furlan, good for the first member. As Neofrag chimes in, Oscar follows it up, and for Stachi, what can he do in this 1v4? Scopes in on the angle. Slowly peeking out from Squeaky. As Neofrag in position. Very quick kill for the first, but trade there instantly. And Josh, this is looking so one-sided for Sinners now. A go to take another timeout, and in this timeout, Jack, we can talk about Pinnacle. Because we spoke about Trusty before, Pinnacle this time. You think you know your stuff, then you can have a look at pinnacle.com/odds where you can find the in-play offerings for Sinners versus a go. Let us know in the chat who you think's winning this, actually. Do you see a go making a comeback? Do you see it being a 2-1 for either side? Let us know. We keep an eye on the chat, and we like to hear what you guys have to say. But at the moment, Pinnacle, they're running a promotion where if you bet €10 on Esports, remember that's Esports specifically, then you get €10 as well. So if you need to be a new customer, sign up using code CUP21. Remember, only ever bet in a fun and safe environment, only bet what you can afford, and full terms and conditions do apply. But there you have it. Who do you think is winning this one, Jack? That's probably a stupid question, but humour me. Who do you think's winning this?
I mean, I'd be a silly man if I said Sinners said it on map 1. About halfway through map 1, I kind of came to the realization that it was going to be a Sinners day. Even before, when I was looking at it on paper, I thought it was going to be a Sinners day. And, well, I mean, the sun is shining on the Sinners boys here as they have really just been dominating. Ago, what can they do? Neofrag really just faking the vent drop here. Ago, they have a little bit of utility. Looks like they are going to go for some kind of A-pop. Might actually even try and get down the vent, which could be absolutely disastrous in itself. But they need to get a little bit of luck, a little bit of good fortune. But I don't know if it's going to come here.
DQ. Ready to rotate through lobby. Peeks out. He's caught out by Neofrag, who doubles down. Reets, he's able to shut down B-Stick, though, putting it into a 4-on-3. Neofrag and Zedko chime in. It's all onto Reets in a 1v4. What can they do from here? Jack, this is rough. And for Reets, as he tries to run away, he kind of cowers in Squeaky. And with that, at 6-1, Sinners, if they can continue this momentum, even if a go are able to catch a couple of rounds back, here or there, it may not be enough. Neofrag, a 4K there, and we look at the scoreboard, only 3 rounds separate their bottom and top fragger. Sinners, they're doing well as a team here. And the banner appears on the screen, though. Remember to go check out Trusty, give them the love they deserve. It's essentially a very quick way to make payments from account to account. Use it to place your bets over at Pinnacle. Remember to only bet what you can afford. Keep safe, terms and conditions will apply, and give them the love you deserve.
Yeah, exactly. Definitely go ahead and check out Trustly. Of course, big shout out to them, and of course Pinnacle. You know, the partners, the sponsors, they don't get enough love sometimes, and well, you know, they deserve the world for really putting these kind of events on. And well, Sinners, they're not disappointing. They're really putting on a show here as Zedko, he starts things off with a very interesting frag. Reach will trade it back, but nearly gets himself into a dangerous situation. Just ducks his head out of the way as now Ago, they're aware of the CT aggression, and now they're just going to hold for it. But elsewhere on the map, it's going to be Fiku and Berlin to test out Shock and actually win that duel. So ramp control now gained. They molly towards Hell. Furlan can even go down and break the glass down towards B to fake it out. But they're not going to commit off this. We see the bomb is still close to T-spawn. But Sinners are going to be kept occupied. Nice shot.
Let's see what can be done from this side. And as a go, hide in position. With a equal man count, for the first time in a while, we see a go bare ability here. And with control and ramp, they have a opportunity to hit one of these sites. The question is where, and in this case, as Oscar shuts down the first man, peeks out, it's a bit of damage done. And for the remaining members of Sinners, while their opponents are low, they're still alive, which may prove to be a uncomfortable state of play for the Sinners members. And with that, Molly and Zedko ready to kind of force Furlan back to door. He doesn't expend it yet. Instead, in ramp, it's Reeds to hit a wonderful kill. And for Zedko, unless he kills Furlan any second now, he may be out of time. Now, well, Furlan. Clean kill anyway, gives a go their second round after quite a struggle.
Yeah, I mean, well, I don't really struggle. It would mean Ago would put up a bit of a fight, and right now, yes, they win that round, but I wouldn't really describe it as much of a fight. I need to see more from them. Yes, that's a step in the right direction, but I mean, if they only win one round and then you see Sinners put another 3 or 4 on the board, the game's over. I want to see just rounds in succession. I want to see, just put something together, try and make a game out of this, because it's been completely one-sided. And, it is a little bit disappointing, because I looked at this game, I thought we were going to have, maybe even a 3-mapper, but Sinners are really just showing their strength and really just showing their class over so far a disappointing Ago side.
That's right. It's disappointing. And for this side, Snatchy, he holds the angle. Zedko peeks in. Missed shot by Snatchy. Uncharacteristic to say the least, but he's able to survive it, at least for now. Get ready for the remaining side. Zedko now on outside, ready in position. And Shock, he too misses some more shots now to start off this round. And look, it looks like every AWPer is missing their shots. Zedko ready on outside. Yeah, Snatchy, who dances around the angle. Reese, does he die here? Yes, he does. But Snatchy, ready to flank, is able to chime in, putting an equal into a 3-on-4. But Furlan is able to respond on a ramp. Roland assisting with this kill, meaning that for Snatchy, as he holds for Beast Stick, he doesn't quite have an angle yet. Instead, Beast Stick swings out. A wonderful flick from Snatchy, leaving it all into Neo Frag. In a 1v4, looks like a go. They're going to make it 3 now, as they make sure that Sinners don't get all the glory.
Yeah, this is much better. And I mean, this is probably one of the most one-sided rounds that we've seen from Ago, that they actually take the game or take the round by storm, really. They don't leave anything up for chance. Yeah, you see initially Snatchy missing a shot, but he makes up for it because he gets a double kill. He's able to get in a position to trade his teammates. He hits a nice flick. That'll fill you full of a little bit of confidence, because no doubt the morale in the Ago camp is definitely down in the dumps after, being so badly beat on Vertigo and, after the start already. But as you can see there, Neofrag, he's 4-0 in duels against Fiku. So, it's very hard to get confidence when you've players just absolutely dominating the server like that and dominating you in duels.
For Furlan, let's see if he can try and win a few angels just to bring him back in confidence. And, well, he's good for 1. He tries to double down, though. Zedko continues to tap at him. But for 2, on for 3. And as it falls into this 5-on-3, Fiku in position, tries to hold, and as they do so, we now see a go get ready for a follow-up. And as they hide in place, Sinners now prepare for a follow-up, and as they do so, Let's see what can be done for this side. And Frosca, there's a nice little kill onto Reitz to get things underway. And he tries to double down. BQ seen in the process. Furlan to deliver the killing blow, though. This were 4-on-2. You see Zedko, who has to hide in place and prepare for this engagement now with Zedko caught out by Roland. It's all on Neo Frag in the 1v4 as he hides back sight. Unfortunately, timing does not favour him. Snatchy finishes the job. A go make it 4. And for a go, at another investment, Sinners, their economy in a very dire place, and this is the worst position they could be in. This is exactly why we see T-side comebacks on Nuke, and it's because once you have momentum, every single round you win counts as 3, because you win the full buy, go ahead, win the force, win the eco, back to the full buy. And for a go, once they hit that rhythm, Sinners are going to have a seriously hard time trying to break it and trying to come back from that differential. Moving into this round, though. Go. Let's round out around the map. Snatchy, open hand, ready for the first member. And instead, for Sinners, it's a slow start with not too much utility being dumped, at least just yet.
Yeah, not just yet. As we see, Rallen, he gets across. Now, he was spotted by Oscar, so they have the information, and now the adjustment's going to be made. As we do see now, down on B, Shock is going to be just holding for that aggression from Rallen. It's not going to come in just yet. And, well, they still have plenty of time, really, to get something done. As we now wait for the door to be nated open. Snatchy trying to find something with the boost, but I don't think it's going to be found. Zedko actually tagged down a lot, but no kill landed. So still a 5v5, and Ago now need to begin to make a move.
Moving the frag, hiding in position. There's the rotation into ramp, and as they do so, let's see what Shock can do. But as he backs off, Roland will be there to engage with them. Oscar, he's good for the first to try and deter them from this engagement. Through the wall, he can't quite follow it up, so Shock has to go huge. He's good for one. He knows there's others, though. Tries to double down. It's damage to both members, but no kill. Meaning Roland, his cause, his purpose is now over in secret, where he shuts down Zedko. 3-on-3. Cutting out the rotation means for Sinners, it has to be from ramp, but even in the process, it's a tough spot for them. For these members, let's see what they can do for a retake with only 2 flashes to assist them in this endeavor. They do have kits on B-Stick and Oscar, but they need to land these kills. They need to land them bloody quickly. Or a go. I'm going to reduce the differential to just 1 round. Here's that flash. Here's that attack. Fiku hiding in spot. Caught out by Neofrag, and with Roland trading, Reitz reveals himself for B-Stick to trade. B-Stick in the 1v1. He taps that bomb. That nade goes off, that flash goes down. He doesn't tap just yet. Instead, B-Stick, he swings out. Roland falls, but with no time, he just has to get the hell out of dodge.
Up save though, so it's not terrible. As we see Ago now, they must have heard me. I mean, you know, being very critical of them. Well, now they've made their way back, and well, we are gonna see a 6-5 lead. But as you see popping up on your screen, we'll take a moment to talk about Trustly. And well, basically, it is just a quick way to make payments. You can quickly make payments flow from account to account. No cards, no app, no registration. And if you want to try it out, you can head over to pinnacle.com/odds, where you will find the latest odds of this game. But make sure that sports should be always fun and only bet what you can afford. And of course, terms and conditions do apply. And well, the terms and conditions of this round is Oscar has an op, so Ago still need to be afraid, even though this is a weaker buy from Sinners.
Snatchy, as he holds the angle, the stick is ready to follow up. With no trade yet, Sinners left guessing, and for a go, let's see what can be done. As the smoke is deployed, 2 smokes sent into action now, and as they're both deployed, let's see what can be done by Sinners as they hold in position. They await in place, and for a go, is there a follow-up now? B-Stick with this MP9 in hand, has Furlan ready to swing into it. As the execution comes through, Beastic knows they're coming. Furlan caught out. It's messy, but it works. Neofrag backside traded instantly. With Sachi chiming in, Beastic has to go huge, and while he's good for another, he can't be traded from here. Goes into a 3-on-2, and as that orb is blasted out of position, Roland flanks Zedco, leaving Shock in the 1v3. A go. This is where they equalise, and I tell you what, Jack, we may have a longer game on our hands here.
Yeah, this is so much better for Mago. I mean, this is why they have such a, a strong showing on this map. This is why they do pick it into a lot of teams. I believe they've played it, 21 times, and they've won it 13 times. They're looking for that up there, trying to spam it out of the rafters. But I believe it won't be going down anytime soon. And we could be seeing Shock try and make a little bit of a heist here, as he will go for maybe a little bit of a snatch and grab, but Roland will take him down before that will happen. And 6-6, we are level, which is something I did not think I was going to say watching the opening few rounds of this game.
As we get ready to see what can be done for the remaining members of Sinners here. At 6-6, the equalizer, it's looking pretty dire. Sinners, they take a timeout, and I quite like this. We got Trusley on the side of the warehouse. That's pretty cool.
It is very nice, and the Pinnacle sprayed as well. The advertising done right, in my opinion.
Yeah. Do you want to take a moment to talk about Trusley for us?
Oh, of course, yeah. Well, if you guys didn't know already, Trusley, it is basically a way that you can make payments very, very quickly. So when speed is the name of the game, don't let your playing experience be disrupted by slow payments. No cards, no app, no registration. And, well, if you want to try it out, you can head over to pinnacle.com/odds. You'll also find the latest odds on this game, which will be slightly more in favor of Ago after the little bit of the comeback they've made. But make sure to only do so when gambling in a fun and safe environment, and make sure that you are only doing responsibly.
Roland, what can he do from here? Ready for this engagement. He hides in place, and as he does so, Fiku to worry about now. And for them, the util is deployed. Beastic hides in place. Fiku taken down. Falls into 5-on-4 now when Snatchy, as he's holding this angle, he's almost daring, challenging Shock to peek into him. Well, he hasn't done so yet. You see this util fly, and for Shock, ready on the angle. Can't quite follow it up, as instead Reitz, he shuts down Beastic. And with Zedco able to double down, Neofrag reveals himself. A go. Maybe getting a bit ambitious with this hit onto way, especially with Neofrag going for the confidence play. Good for another. He makes it 3. And Sinners, they stay in the lead for now. It's still bloody close, and for a go, this is only going to fuel them more.
I absolutely love that aggression out from Neofrag. Just catches Snatchy completely unaware. Yes, he gets the initial kill, but usually, if you see somebody getting a kill from Hut, they don't usually just re-aggress and push through. They usually just fall away back to site, but he just, full W keys, gets the first one here, and just runs, catches the off guard, and even gets Reitz as well. 12-9, he's having a good game. It has been slowed down a little bit, of course, by the progress of the Agos side. And oh, what a flash somehow Beastic gets that kill. Rallen, that is a huge opportunity missed. Reitz is going to have to try and go for a refrag here. Needs to be careful though. If he over peaks, over commits, Oscar will be ready and waiting to take him down. So you don't want to give up a two-man advantage early on, especially in such an important round.
A really well played round, or starts a round from Sinners. Credit where credit's due to go. That flash, to expect someone to be there to flash it off, was insane. Unfortunately, the follow-up wasn't quite there. Instead, Sinners now, with players positioned ready to duel a go. As they do so, ZK ready to shift into Hut. It's going to be challenging Fiku as he does so. There's the engagement, there's the kill. Man advantage for Sinners now. That nade being deployed as more of a precautionary measure. And it isn't delivered yet. Instead, we await to see what can be done. And for Snatchy, oh no! That's not meant to happen. Jack, his team kills Furlan. With only 24 HP left, he's going to be running straight into Oscar as well. And oh no, that is so crushing. And with Oscar able to post back on the angle, what on earth can he go do next?
That's the save, is it? I think that is the save from Reeds and Snatchy. I mean, who needs enemies when you've friends like that? Oh, Snatchy, that is such an important round as well. And he could go down here. Shock. He's going to peek. At least he finds that shot. He drops Oscar too. So needs to try and stay alive here. But he's so low HP. The spam is going to come on forward. Snatchy is at least packing a punch and at least taking away the rifles. It's not going to matter to the CT economy at all because they will be able to buy. And, well, Snatchy holding on to that up is just a huge win for them. It was worth the hunt from Sinners. It doesn't work out in the end. 8-6 though. They at least win the half. Can they get a 9 before it is up?
Well, like I said, what is wrong with what's wrong with back your punch? Well, sometimes you overpunch a bunch of teammates, which is that's pretty rough for a go. This investment is actually pretty dire. You know, there's very limited utility, bar the stuff that's already been thrown. And, well, once they push outside, Oscar whiffing a shot, uncharacteristic, but I say he doesn't whiff. Well, it's whoever Zedco is, because he whiffed pretty hard as well. It's a 4-on-3. Neo frag, ready to peek out with the flash. He takes the engagement. Another messy engagement and another trade from Sinners now. Shock, he picks up the AWP. He's going to have a crack at it. And, well, that's definitely how you do it. He shuts down Snatchy, flicks across, missed shot onto FQ. Question is, does he re-peek? Well, he's punished for it as FQ chimes in. There's a Beaststick who is on a flank to outside in the 1v2.
FQ very aware that this is a possibility, though, and he is going to be periodically checking his flank, but he gets caught on timing, and okay, Beaststick. Well, that was your chance to pick up a 9th round, but nevertheless, it is as close as we're going to get a first half. 8-7, Sinners have the lead. They're only 8 rounds away from taking this series, and I don't know which way this is going to go, Peter, at all.
Yeah, it's there's no real kind of outlying player doing the legwork to carry. You know, on Vertigo it was very clearly Zedco. On now we hit Nuke. I mean, Furlan's actually having great games, but so is Neo Frank on Beaststick. My worry though is Oscar. He's having a rough one actually. 8-9. You should expect to see him on double that kill count.
Yeah, a little bit quiet from him, which is very surprising to me. But, I mean, he can go over onto the T side and he can just prove his class. And, you know, it's definitely something that he can pull off. He's definitely not out of the game just yet. As Sinners set up here for what looks like it is going to be a hook pop. Reeds is in a good position, looks away, but is able to readjust, finds the double, runs out of bullets on the CZ though. And the bomb has dropped on top hut there, so that's going to be very hard to get back. Zedco finds the kills. Was I right? Did I see it correctly? The bomb landing on top hut?
That's impressive.
I think it did.
That's it. Oh, it did. That's so impressive. Oh, Reese, he's going to love that. That is like round confirmed. There's the equaliser from a go when Sinners naturally go for the force spy, but if this goes wrong, we're going to see a go soar ahead here. And they're very greedy with this. 4 MP9s? Look at me.
I mean, they could absolutely mow you down, the output of the bullets, but it's the AUG doing the initial work from Ral and Oscar to fall. And, well, now we might see the Deagles have a little bit of fortune, but they're going to have to do it the hard way, already down a man. Usually on these Deagle rounds we do see, you know, a 1 Deagle to start us off, but not now. FQ, oh, Zeko has to be dead here. Oh, okay, that's more like it. I thought there for a second he was going to get away scot-free, but no, FQ takes him down, and well, Sinners are down to 3. Lovely adjustment there from Beaststick to at least take down Snatchy. So, not impossible, but just improbable.
We get ready for a follow-up. Shock, waiting to see if he can chime into FQ. As they end up trying to take this engagement. FQ now holding on ramp. For the follow-up, Beaststick able to take him down. Leaves us into the 3-on-3. As Shock now tries to chime in with 35 seconds left. What on earth can it go do from here as Shock, he drops down. They get ready for this peek into B. They get ready for this engagement onto B. As Shock holds the cross. He's got Roland ready in the crossfire. Then AUG, while on low HP, can still be wielded to great effectiveness if it's spammed right. And, well, that smoke goes down. Reet's taken out by Beastic there with a wonderful shot. Now Roland on the flank. What can he do as he comes out from heaven? Nearfrag's good for the first. Roland caught out by Beastic. And, well, for Sinners, there's the force by victory as they shut down a go. They saved the AUG as well, which was the only rifle taken into this. And, well, they look pretty damn happy, apart from a go who looked pretty annoyed with that round.
I think that I'm not sure. I think that's Fiku, and he looks like what? He just looks like he's so baffled by what has just went on in that round. And I mean, that's a little bit more of an annoyed face, and you can understand why. That's a round again. You shouldn't be losing, but somehow Sinners used the Deagles to good effect, and maybe it was the MP9s just getting a little bit too greedy. Maybe you needed a few more rifles to actually just secure that one.
Let's see what can be done from these members. And for a go, pistols in hand, the odd bit of utility to work with as they do so. A few shots ring out, and because of that, we'll wait to see what can be done from this side. As Nearfrag shoulder peeking for now. For Nearfrag, it's a matter of going through this door when he's ready. He's got some teammates to assist him, but Reet's on a close angle, looking pretty bloody deadly. Now as that smoke is deployed, it keeps him back. Roland, he hides in place, and ZK joins the rest of their team as they now turn their attention onto Ramp. Snatchy called into action now. What can he do? A flash goes off, fully blinded. He has to drop down as he's wary of the fact they could pursue him. He instead gets ready to throw the follow-up. Zedko turning 180, shuts down Furlan, who tries to up the tempo himself. With 25 seconds left, Sinners, no one knows where they're heading. Maybe not even Sinners do, but eventually they decide on going to B. As they dive down ramp now, Roland, he has to go huge, and while he misses the first shot, he spammed out of position. He rotates back to single door, accompanied by his teammates as that bomb is going to be tapped down any second now. And as the numbers are punched in, they go. They back off, they get the hell out of there, and it wouldn't surprise me if we see a save here, so their eco next round still has some power behind it.
Yeah, I mean, you know, we've seen a similar thing on Vertigo. I believe in the second half, Sinners might have done. I'm trying to remember if it was the second half or it was the first half. I know Sinners definitely did it, but it was a 5v5 save. This one, you can understand it as well. Furlan goes down. They don't want it. Rallen at least finds one kill, so that's at least a little bit of damage to the T economy. I believe that was only an SMG though, so it's not even taking away an AK, and now he's in quite a compromised position, but I don't think anyone will reach him in the nick of time. And let's have a look. Pinnacle. Oh, the odds. They're not as bad as I thought. I believe they were somewhere at 6 earlier on in the first half for Ago, so I mean, 4.81 is probably fair. They're not out of it, but they still have to win. You know, they still have to win this map and the next. And I mean, Sinners, they're looking very good. Furlan is 5-2 in duels against Shock. So, you know, usually when we see this stat, you know, the duel stat, it is usually the Sinners players that we have seen throughout this series. It's nice to see an Ago player, you know, having a little bit of fortune and, you know, winning some of these aim battles with the Sinners men.
For ZK, as he gets ready to underarm this smoke in Squeaky. The swing goes out. There's Fiku, tagged down, finished off by ZK. There's a man advantage, and now looks like the follow-up push will come through, but there's a push down to Vents. As Shock's good for another. Furlan swings off the back of this, but Oscar just shuts him down. Assisted by Shock in the Endeavour. Means that for Reetz, as the smoke fades, he's able to get the kill. So at least he can save in a Galil, should he want to. But Beastic, who's already flanking in mid, he shuts him down, holds on to that AK, leaving Snatchy, the lone man, in a 1v4.
1v4. Picks up a Galil, but I mean, the round is Sinners. It's them opening up a 3-round lead. And, well, 3-round lead. 5 away now from closing out this series in 2-0 fashion, which would be very disappointing if you're Ago once again. It would be, I believe the 4th time in a row that you are yet to pick up a map against Sinners. So that is, it's not good. It's not good at all. There's still a little bit of time to actually make a comeback though, and possibly take it. But right now, Sinners, the ball is in their court. And, well, we are going to see a buy back from Ago. But what we are going to see as well is Trustly popping up on your screen. If you didn't know about Trustly, it's basically, a quick way to make payments flow from account to account. So don't let your playing experience be disrupted by slow payments. Head over to pinnacle.com/odds. You can try it out. There's no cards, no app download, no registration. And over at pinnacle.com/odds, you can find out the odds on this game. And if you want to have a bet, make sure, though, that sports is fun. So only bet what you can afford. And, of course, terms and conditions do apply, as we are going to see a main smoke in here from Oscar.
Well, that is a very nice smoke that goes down. There's a follow-up with these flashes, and now Snatchy, as he peeks into them, it's Furlan to shut down Zedco. Falling into a 4-on-5. Man advantage for a go. Fiku, forwarded angle on ramp means that for Shock, this engagement kind of makes or breaks that aggression. And, well, in this case, he doesn't even clear it. Oscar, he does trade, but he takes so much damage in the process that it's a considerable advantage for a go now. And as Sinners sort of congregate in ramp, they put all their eggs into one basket, really, with this fight, especially with Roland, who's going to be able to flank B-Stick. That kill leaves the remaining members kind of lost for words, at least for the time being.
Yeah, there's a difficult scenario that the Sinners men find themselves in, especially Oscar being so low. Nice shot from Neofrag, though. Dropped out around. There's the bomb down. That should be it. No way Oscar should be able to clutch out this 1v3 unless we see something magical. But, I mean, the positions from Ago should be good enough. Oh, no. Surely not. 7 HP. Yeah, the molly forces him back. 20 seconds. Not a lot of time. We see Rollin coming up the vent as well. In fact, it was Snatchy up the vent. It was Rollin in lobby with the AK. And, well, that is going to be a 9th round for the Polish men. They stop the momentum from Sinners building up too much because you don't want that steamrolling forward. You want to just put the brakes on that as soon as you can. But they're going to have to keep the brakes on it as Oscar has that AWP and he looks to accelerate forward and go 1-0 up in the main Swiss of the Pinnacle Cup II.
Is it ready for the follow-up? These smokes go down. Neofrag holds position, and as Roll is good for the first. It's through the smoke Neofrag's able to deliver. And as we see Shock chime in, it goes into a now 4-on-3. The remaining members of Sinners with a position into beat. We've got Shock lurking in lobby. That's going to try to prevent the rotation. As he hides in place, let's see what Fiku can now do as Snatchy sits atop Heaven, trying to follow up, and well, he's not quite able to do so yet, as instead Shock is able to join them. While he tries to follow up, that molly goes out. It's BC called to Fiku. Furlan, he trades. And for a 3-on-2, they go. They get the hell out of dodge. They save. Look at their money, Jack. They're in a really tough spot now, and as Sinners go 12-9 up, we might be seeing the almost end of days for the Czech side. Or for the Polish side, I apologize.
Yeah, I mean, it could be the end of days. Well, it is not looking pretty, but it's not out of the question. When you're always saving up, when it is your map pick, you always have that chance. Like, you're not down and out, especially with it being so close. Maybe if we were looking at, a 12-6 scoreline and we were in this scenario, or something, maybe, if they were 6 rounds behind, if there was maybe, 4 or 5 rounds behind, you might think it. But 3, that's nothing. They win this round, they're able to actually bring it back a little bit. The economy on the T side is going to be the problem that they have to deal with. Yes, it's not amazing, but they will have pretty much an okay buy. Actually, not really. If they get a bomb plant, maybe. But reset potential kind of on either side now as the full buy does come in, but I don't know. It's really hard to say.
You're absolutely right. Oscar peeks into ramp, holding for aggression, and I like how a girl vetoed around this. It shows a lot of discipline, and it shows that they've kind of got the foresight as to put a what if next to do we win this round. As for Sinners, this is just a chance to build some economy. They kind of need it. When you're taking casualties in almost every round they've been in, it means that the only player who's really been able to get their economy off the ground is Zedco. The rest of them struggling to stay afloat 2k. And for Roland, Deagle outside is just an info play. Luckily for him, he won't be called into action. It'll be Sinners who, having stacked in lobby, are going to run down the clock a little bit first.
Yeah, they'll have to. They'll just take their time. And Sinners just like to play their own game. They don't like to be forced into anything. They very rarely are. Lovely shot there from Oscar. And so far, so good now for Sinners to take control of ramp. Beastic now lurking his way outside. Needs to be careful. Reeds is not going to be checked. And he is able to find a kill. Allen, though, with a double deagle through the smoke, has found two huge and very important kills. Oh, Reeds with that AK that he has picked up. This has all gone wrong for Sinners. They had a great opportunity. How has this happened? Neofrag
gone
into the 1v3, 20 seconds.
Straight out the window for Sinners. Now, Neofrag, he takes the fight at range. I mean, it's a wise idea, but he sees it's clear. Instead, the pick from heaven, wonderful flick onto Roland. He should see from the AWP falling that it wasn't the only heaven player. However, we've already got an exit from Reeds, and for Neofrag, does he fight him? He hasn't seen him yet, and while info would be great for him, he may have to hope for timing in this endeavour. As the first player flanks from ramp, they actually choose to double up heaven. Neofrag now called into action with 3 flashes at their disposal. This will be a hard fight. He hears them make a bit of noise, and as they slowly start swinging out, there's that first one. Neofrag dodges it. Good for the first, sees the second. Can't quite hit the spray control. Snatch in the 1v1. Will bring a go to the 10th round, and that really shouldn't be happening.
Nah, that's a Sinners round every day of the week. Well, it should be, but Igo are able to do it, and that's what I'm talking about. You know, it only takes them to win one round like that, and Igo are back in it completely. Look at the money now on the side of Sinners. They're in a little bit of a spot of bother. Neofrag, he has enough to maybe go for a hero AK if he wants, but actually they're going to go for the buy. They're going to drop one over. I like this play as well. It's a good call. They're going to be limited on their utility, I believe. Only 2 flashbangs, 4 flashbangs now with Oscar. So they're going to be limited on what they have. Be interesting to see what they actually go for as they were making their way into lobby. I thought they were going to go for a really fast play towards A, but they slow it down for the moment and maybe look for a small little opening and maybe a small mistake from the Ago men.
Snatchy goes into hut and then peeks into lobby. What can be done from them as Neofrag goes to Squeaky. And he's able to deliver as well. Snatchy taken out of circulation. And I'll tell you what's actually a really strong player to be taken down. As Beefstick holds in position. Roland tries to follow up. So get ready for this engagement. Roland, there's the fight. Beefstick, he's able to deliver. And with that, it goes into a 4-on-3. VQ, holding in position, is now going to rotate back into the main point of secret. And for Furlan, so he tries to peek into Beefstick. Let's see what they can do next. And for Furlan, fortunately, no kill. It means that Faritza Fiku saving really should be the objective of the game here, but Fiku still holding an angle. Beefstick gets ready for a follow-up, but while he does fall, it certainly helps.
Good round from Beefstick there, finding the 2 kills, and, well, the IGL really leading by example. 21-16. I mean, he's having a great game, and showing what he can really do. It's always nice to have, you know, that kind of IGL that can frag. You see a lot of IGLs come under fire because, you know, they don't really perform enough, some people think, in the server. Well, Basic, he's not leaving that up to chance, and he's showing everybody what he can do, and it's going to get Sinners a 13th round. They're now only 3 away from taking away Ago's map pick and winning the series 2-0, but they're only 3 rounds away from Ago. And now we see, looking at the money, it's not looking great. Snatchy can afford a little bit, but it's a little bit of a problem.
Yeah, it's a really tough spot, isn't it? And at 13-10, a go kind of set back to the drawing board. However, as the Trusty banner appears on your screen, we need to talk about Trusty. Do you like Trusty? I like Trusty. So let's talk about Trusty. Of course, when speed is the name of the game, don't let your playing experience be disrupted by slow payments. Choose Trusty to make payments as kind of quickly as you can from account to account, almost as quickly as Oscar there as he shuts down VQ. With no cards, app download or registration required, you can go and make payments with Trusty. In fact, you go to pinnacle.com/odds, you can do it there. Remember, always only bet with stuff you can afford, because it should be fun, really, and to keep you safe, the terms and conditions do apply. But give them the love they deserve, and for a go, of course, or for Sinners, actually, they decided the one round we'll do the call-out as a one round they're going to go quick, because they dive straight down ramp, they take the engagement, and with a bomb down on beat, Zedco kind of stuck in a smoke now.
It's always the way that you're making a sponsor call-out, and then they're like, yeah, we're going to just sprint. Furlan's got a knife. How has that happened? Zeko is dead.
Damn.
He's been knifed down. Oh, it was in the vent. That makes much more sense. They commit to the retake here, but B-Stick with the Mac 10 farming up. Snatchy is on the bomb. Shock will sprayed down. It's all left on Ral, and he finds a kill, but the bomb will go off. And 14-10 is going to be your scoreline. Rallen at least is able to save a rifle, but he's going to be the only one with any money on the side of Ago. Surely this is a Sinners map. Surely this is a Sinners game, and surely this one is over.
It's a really strong spot for this side, and we get ready to see what can be done for them. It's a kind of dicey spot for them, don't you think, where they figure out what to do next, and they figure out what can be done to follow through with them. However, for the time being, a bit of engagement into A. It's a fast play. Neofrag for one. Furlan, Snatchy can trade. Zed goes straight, though. Has to come pretty quickly. Furlan eventually falls, so they stay a man up. But I tell you what, that was looking pretty close for a while. For the remainder, though, Neofrag onto one leaves Roland into a 1v3. Whatever can be done here is really where we see the decider. And for them, Roland, he just goes and saves. Jack, this could be the end of it.
Yeah, it looks like it's the end of days for Ago. I mean, unless they play perfect Counter-Strike for the next 5 rounds in a row, but on a CT side rather that has been, pretty much littered with mistakes. I don't think that is going to be possible. Rallen, if he can do a little bit of damage here, if he can take away the op really from Neofrag, it would be huge. I don't think it's going to be a possibility. Finds Zedco, but his position now has been compromised. Neofrag will go down. Actually, not
Fed him
bad.
up.
Oh, the nade. Oh,
superb. Perfect.
You love to see it.
I mean, it feels like silver linings, doesn't it? 15-10. I mean, they need 5 rounds on the bounce just to take it to OT, then another 4 to win it. I don't really see that happening, if I'm honest with you, Jack. And for Sinners, I think it's just a matter of kind of laughing as they... Yeah, okay, we didn't save it, but, at least we've been able to do everything else.
Yeah, I mean, Rallen would be delighted. That'll pad the stats a little bit, 3 kills there, but I don't know if it's going to have too much of an impact on the outcome of the game. Unless we see this big round come in here. Rallen actually starting things off lovely, dropping Oscar, dropping the op, but Neofrag finds one. It's Snatchy with his op with a lovely double. Zedco and Shock now trying to shock Ago in this game, but they're not able to do so. Not yet anyway, as Zedco recovers the op. But what can he really do here? He has to find 4 players, and, well, this one is looking a little bit out of reach.
For this side, I'm actually really interested to see what can be done between Ago and Sinners to kind of cover the gap. I mean, I think a smoke must have failed on outside there for Sinners. I don't understand why else there would be a gap like that.
Yeah, I actually didn't see it too much. I honestly didn't see it. Maybe was it a molly? Like the CTs could have mollied it, to be fair. I'm not too sure what actually happened, but Snatchy really had, he had just full reign really of outside, which obviously didn't work out too well for Sinners, but Ago, they'd be delighted that happened, of course, and might get a chance as I look over at the stream and see what actually went on. But I mean, good round for Ago. We're just going to wait for Seiko to just wait out the time. Doesn't look like Ago are too invested in going for the hunt. And I mean, you can understand that as well. Their economy, although they win that round and they save 4 players, you don't want to be giving away rifles at this stage of the game.
You're absolutely right. And I think for Zedco, just a matter of running time out, able to hold on to that up means that for a go, in a 4-man save, they have a very strong buy next round of the Sinners. I think we just see this AWP tossed to Oscar, and we just hope that maybe Zedco with an invested weapon can maybe wield the Deagle to some scary extent. But the reality is, a go, this is the sort of foundation they need to come back and take us to OT.
Yeah, it's a step in the right direction. It is going to be difficult. You have to fight an uphill battle for the rest of the game, of course. And it's really been an uphill battle since the beginning of it. They were 6-1 down. They managed to bring it back, make it close. Then Sinners kind of, accelerate a little bit. They get a little bit out of reach. And, well, now starting things off, Rowland will find a headshot. It's not onto the off player of Oscar, but it is instead on to Zedco. So, Oscar, he's going to need to put in some amazing work here if Sinners want to win it now, and Rowland doesn't want to tempt fate too much.
Roland, he gets ready for a follow-up. Oscar shuts him down. Oscar trying to bang through that box, hasn't done so yet, and instead Beastly now is holding position. Furlan and Roland, they both chime in. As it falls into the 4-on-2 now, Oscar has to try and go huge. Leaking out, there's Fiku to finish the job. No frag left in a 1v4, and with that, it should be a go. Very swift 12th. Another force buy quelched.
Yeah, I mean, another force buy just doesn't work out for Sinners. They have to go for it. They're on a double eco, though. Neofrag will be trying to get a bomb plant here. Finds a kill, looking for the AK. Oh, Fiku will take him down just before he's able to pick it up. So, 15-12. It's not over just yet. And I kind of feel a little bit silly because already writing off Ago, you can see the odds there, 9.32 for Ago. So there is still a little bit of a way to go. But what you can see on your screen as well is online banking payments is the bomb. And I do love that. You can pay with Trustly, of course. If you don't know what it is, it's basically a fast way to make payments. You can make payments flow quickly from account to account. And don't let your playing experience be disrupted by those slow payments. There's no cards, no app, no registration. You can just go on over to pinnacle.com/odds. You can check them out. But right now, you can check out Snatchy, finding a few kills. And, well, he's found 3, looking for some more. Is he on for the ace? Yes, he is. Shock the last man alive. And surely they just let him get it here. But no, Fiku will spoil the fun.
I mean, he tried. Yeah, he tried to be able to follow up, but unfortunately, as he's taken down, it does fall into 15-13 now when for Sinners, this is where they try and follow up. More importantly, this is where they try and end it, as they kind of tanked the eco, whatever. At least they can hold. For the remaining members, I'm feeling a little bit worried for Sinners, actually.
Yeah, me too, to be honest. I'm a little bit nervous for them, but Sinners, they're going to go ahead and call a timeout, and, well, maybe they're feeling the pressure as well. They've that double up on Furlan and Snatchy. Those guys are having a great game, but it's really Rowland that's been the key man, and he stepped up where he's needed. Of course, he found the 3 exit frags, that they're really quite unimpactful frags, so they'll just pad the stats a little bit, but still, we take those 3 away, he's still got 24. He's been very good towards outside, actually. He's caught a few openings, and he's really, kind of snowballed around for Ago. And, well, they're going to need him to do it just 2 more times in order to force an OT. Well, Sinners want to close it out now before they get down to the 30th round.
Ready for this follow-up now. Engagement to spring out either side, Snatchy through the smoke. Can't quite kill yet, and he's yet to draw blood. Now Fiku, who sits behind red. These smokes get deployed. They continue to follow up, and with that, It's Snatchy to open up a kill onto Shock, and that's a worst-case scenario for Sinners. They need this round of the Beast Stick. He's able to catch up Fiku, a nice trade, but running into a double-up setup can be tough, especially when it's a go wielding it. Snatchy on the close angle. There's a swing from Beast Stick. He's caught out Zedko. He needs to swing from the other side. He too falls down. Snatchy trying to go for the hero play, and instead he's just being ignored. Neofrag swings out to the site, but only to his death as Roland finishes the job. Further onto Oscar elsewhere means that for Snatchy, that round was all on him. 15-14. Sinners, they buy up as best they can, but I tell you what, Jack, we are absolutely hitting overtime.
Yeah, 100% as we see Snatchy just with 2 lovely kills there, and just playing the angles that he knows in the vent, doesn't want to take any chances, and he hits the shots. So that's a huge round now for Sinners, and to be honest, if you were one of the people that got on Ago at the price, I believe it was at 9 point something, 9.62 maybe, I'm not too sure what price it was, but you'd be feeling a little bit happy. It's not done just yet, of course, you know, they need to win this next round to force OT, but you'd be a little bit excited, wouldn't you?
Let's see what can be done for these members then. I'm interested to see what can be done for this Sinners game, and for this side, it's a tough spot for a go. And as we get ready for a follow-up, Sinners trying to go fast with these SMGs. Neofrag dropping down on outside, hoping for a bit of a flank as they try to engage. There's the follow-up. Reitz, he has to hide backside. Zedko there with the opening. A very clean Deagle kill, but Fiku and Reitz doubling down. Reitz good for one more. Oscar, he treads for one. Roland tries to hide. He's not dead yet, but as he swings out, he's good for another. Switching to the Deagle. Oscar in a 1v3. Desperately tries to wield the MP5, but as the Molly is what finishes the job. A go. They equalize at 15-15. Sinners, they had a massive lead. They were trying to close it out. Look at those odds swing as they try to keep it even. A go. They still draw breath. They still survive. And, well, as they push us to overtime, let's see if they can finish it.
Yeah, let's see. And, well, just judging by that player cam, we're going to see a tech. As, you know, we might see a few of the players just head off to the toilet before we get underway, and exactly, it's almost like I can predict the future. Yeah, no, we are gonna be just waiting a little while until, of course, all the players, you know, get ready to go. You don't want to be playing with a full bladder. You play completely worse. I certainly do anyway. I don't know about you, Peter, but it can be uncomfortable, especially in such a tense scenario like this.
It can be. I actually know some people who play better when they desperately need the toilet. I don't know. It's just a weird nuance.
That is, nah, couldn't be me. Couldn't be me. I'd have to tech pause every 5 minutes.
Or with daddy Red Bulls.
Yeah, literally, the caffeine go through me for a shortcut.
As this Fours is kind of drawing on a bit. Do you want to talk to us about, we've done Pinnacle. All right, are we on Trusty or Pinnacle? All right, you want to talk to us about Pinnacle?
Oh, Pinnacle. Well, you know, we had a little bit of chat about the odds. We, of course, if you haven't noticed already, this is the Pinnacle Cup. But
really,
yeah.
Whoa.
It's actually the second one as well.
Yeah. Wow.
But yeah, no. And if you haven't noticed, there have been live odds popping up on your screen throughout the game. And well, they have a great promotion on at the minute, and it is basically, if you bet €10 on Esports, you will get €10 back if you sign up using code CUP21. So, you know, you can get the live odds on this game. You might be able to get a bet on for this OT. Maybe even, you know, you might get one for the third map if we go there. But make sure, of course, only to be gambling in a safe and fun environment, and only bet what you can afford. And, of course, all the terms and conditions do apply. But enough about that, and we are going to get underway now with the OT. Sinners starting out on the T side. Ago looking to send us to an Ancient. Let's see what they have.
Well, for Beaststick, that's an opening. Beaststick able to double down before Roland chimes in. Man advantage now, and Roland, very like Roland has been the playmaker for a go. He has been consistently able to deliver. And I believe he's sitting on 39 kills as we speak. So that molly that goes down to try and keep him back. Now he's on 30 kills. What a round, what a game by him so far. As he peeks into main, shock that smoke, sent at just the right time. Means that for the Heaven players for Furlan, he may have to reconsider swinging, but no, he does it with a P250. Drops down, B-Stick for 1, B-Sticker for 2. We're now B-Stick on for the ace. Has Roland to try and finish. Roland, he goes for the high ground here. Going up into Heaven, and as Shock tries to pursue him. Neither member really react for a moment, but once they do, they go for the follow-up. Just like that, Sinners, they make it 16, and, well, where was that? Where was that for the last 6 rounds, Jack?
I have absolutely no idea. B-Stick with a 4K. And actually, there was an interesting stat that popped up a while ago, but it has continued forward. So when B-Stick was on 24 kills, he had 18 of those were headshots. He's after getting 3 more there in that round. So 21 headshots, 20 headshots, excuse me. I was one away. But that is absolutely insane from him. I mean, the headshot percentage, the accuracy from this Sinner's side is absolutely ridiculous. And well, Snatchy, he's going to be trying to find the opening, but Oscar is ready, and he will win this duel this time out. Man advantage gained for the Sinner's side. Ago on the back foot in a very important round.
Oscar, man, has had a relatively quiet game, to be honest. Being able to deliver, though, is perfect for him. For the remaining members of Sinners, they congregate outside lobby. They prepare for a mass exodus to one of these beasts, or one of these sites, and for a go, having a kind of 2-2 split, 2 fighting for outside, 2 down and B. The ideal position for Sinners now would be A hits. However, with the continued harassment of outside, and a bombardment of utility goes out, and because of that, it looks like for B-Stick, that opening shuts down FQ. Sinners, they seem to have gauged a goes rhythm, and with that rhythm and with that rhyme, Roland, he was about to be caught off in his stride as he swings out. Oscar, timing just soul-crushing for him as he falls, but there's still a man down on a go. Reitz, he's poised in secret, so he's ready for a defense on single door, but will he be required as, with 30 seconds left, Sinners, they have to commit somewhere and quickly. There's the peek, there's the swing from every member, and as he tries to get the hell out of dodge, he peeks down into single door, he runs out to sight. Is he rushed? It looks like he may be. As he is, B-Stick for 1. Do they see the AWP of Furlan? Furlan caught out. There's the second. He tries to peek to hold door. Zedko seen in the process. Neofrag trying to tap the bomb. Trying to fake the bomb. And with Roland from the flank onto Zedko, Furlan, he seems to have done everything required here. Roland swings out. Shot for 1 though. 4 seconds left to fight Furlan. He swings in. Furlan wins the duel. And for a go, they make it 16 when they absolutely shouldn't be. With a wonderful shot and a wonderful play by Furlan, wielding that AWP to perfection.
Just staying alive, and that's all he needed to do there. Just finds that first kill, just stay alive, and well, let your teammates do the rest. And well, his teammates came in handy there. I believe it was Rallan that came down to find that kill towards single, and well, it comes down to a 1v1. He's able to hit the shot, and now Ago, they tie it up to Sinners. Oscar looking for this opening pick. He's just holding for a peek behind the red box. It's not coming in just yet, but the wide swing is there, and Oscar finds the kill. Man advantage gained. The 2-man advantage here is Neofrag will find Fiku. And now this is a lot better from Sinners. They need to just capitalize on this. How many times have we seen them get the advantage and give it away? But I don't think it's going to happen this time. B-Stick with another headshot. There's the 21st of the game for him. And it's all on Snatchy and Reitz now in the last round of the first half of OT.
Snatchy peeking into Oscar. Can he kill him? No, he can't. It's all over Reitz now in a 1v5. Only one player's taking damage this round. They'll make that 2 at the end. But for Sinners, 17-16 at the end of the half. They win on their T side, something they were struggling to do last half. And at least with this, their CT side is looking promising. Of course, there's the Trusty banner and Pinnacle banners appear on your screen. We can take a moment to talk about both, but we'll focus on Trusty, because when speed is the name of the game, don't let your playing experience be disrupted by slow payments. Choose Trusty to make payments flow quickly from account to account. With no cards, app download, or registration, you can try making payments with Trusty at pinnacle.com/odds, where you'll find the latest in-play offerings for a go versus Sinners. And always remember that sports should be fun, so only play with what you can afford, and to keep safe, our full terms and conditions will apply.
Yeah, and of course, the odds are provided by our partners at Pinnacle, which have a promotion on at the minute. When you bet €10 on esports, you will get €10 back. You can use code CUP21 on sign up to take advantage of it. But again, betting should be done in a fun and safe environment. Only bet what you can afford. And again, terms and conditions do apply. And let's see what the terms and conditions, the T's and C's, are going to say about this game, about this CT side. And well, the terms and conditions are you need 19 rounds to win in the first of OT. And well, we will see if Sinners will get there. They're only one round away from map and series point, and then Ago might be feeling the pressure.
Snatchy, poised in position. Can he shut them down as Oscar, harding in position, knows the engagement's coming. Double up setup with Shock as well, and ramp means that Sinners really wanted to prevent Ogo from even getting to a site, but for Roland, that's the opening on outside. The smokes go down, and for Zedco, so he gets ready to rotate into vents. Roland continuing this flank on outside. Zedco caught out of position, and for Roland, that's a beautiful point to be in. Regression in secret, Roland. The timing is just divine from him. Now with the engagement on to beat, Shock is good for the first. He knows the second's coming. Statue finishes the job. Go make it 17, and for Roland, that was a perfect round for him. Every single player who he tried to fight was just not facing him there, as the Polish side show Sinners that this is still going to be a tough spot.
Yeah, the question now, I feel, is going to be how many OTs are we going to see, because I can't split them, and I think we are going to see definitely a second. Ago, they have a chance if they win this next round. It'll be the first time they get onto map point. Of course, they came back from, I believe, 15-11 down was the scoreline we were looking at from Sinners. Well, now Sinners, they'll be trying to get up onto map and series point. Neofrag finds the opening kill onto Fiku as Ago are down to 4. And we're going to see a nade onto the backside, a double nade, and Beastie could be out of the round here and now. Oh, lucky boy. Very lucky boy to be alive.
Yes. Yeah, Oscar, he's able to punish Roland as well in secret. That is a great start for Beastic. He's going to be very damn happy with that, because the go, a perfect read on a ghost bar, but unfortunately it just wasn't quite in the right place. Another great read as Neofrag. He's tagged, but he's just not killed, and that's almost soul-crushing for a go, as they get ready for a follow-up. That being what can only really be a hit-out lobby. They've got no control elsewhere, as they get ready to commit to that. With 45 seconds left to go. Having gone quiet, almost trying to put Sinners to sleep before they commit to their execution. And on Squeaky, once that smoke fades, it really should be nothing that prevents this engagement. Furlan holding for the swing of Beaststick. Nothing's come yet. Instead, that flash goes off. The first man reveals himself, but Beaststick shuts down Furlan regardless. A perfect spot for them now when they get ready for the response. Oscar onto Reitz, and with that, it falls down to Snatchy. Only to beat his maker. Sinners, 18-17 in the lead now. 1 away from victory. 1 away from a double overtime. They call a timeout for good reason, because they have their backs pressed against the wall on their T side. Roland having the game of a career at the moment. An insane performance from him. And for Beastic, he too, the IGL of Sinners, has risen to that mantle of responsibility to engage and lock arms with the pole. And well, for a go, will they be able to deliver on this T side?
Yeah, I'm not sure. I don't know. It's very hard to look past Beastic and how dominant he's been. I mean, definitely my player of this map anyway, Rallen. Yes, he is top fragging the server. He is really the person, the driving force behind this Ago side, but it's just the headshots for me. This Beastic, he doesn't miss. He was on such low HP in that round, and he still finds 2 kills. He is always a danger in the server, and he's just leading by example. Not only, does he have the weight of being the IGL on his shoulders, he's taken the fragging as well. And now Sinners, they have a great opportunity. Map and series point. Let's see if they can convert it. Heavy outside presence is going to be shown here from Ago, and Zegko is going to be called into action in a moment as we see outside smokes go down.
Two smokes are deployed. Sinners. It's Oscar to chime in. Rawl on the first to fall now. Man advantage for Sinners. And they're going to look to exploit as a go. Hugging these smokes, getting ready for a rotation into secrets. And as they try to do it as quietly as humanly possible, we see for Neofrag, he may be the first man called to rotate. Instead, Oscar is able to double down now. Oscar already holding in secret. Now Flash will keep Snatchy off position. That smoke better placed as well. Zedko already in garage is going to be able to catch out any stragglers who turn their attention to him. And for Oscar, that 2k, that may be enough. Beestick through the smoke, ready in a crossfire with Zedko. The second he starts shooting, Zedko's going to be able to clean up the mess. And with the Reets being tagged down in the process through the smoke, Beestick unable to trade, gives a man advantage for Sinners. But time is ticking. 30 seconds left to go. They have to commit somewhere quickly. Snatchy, ready to go through this smoke, ready to engage with the IGL as Sinners. Despite his stellar game, he is still mortal. Can he draw blood? And, well, for Oscar, coming out of the vents, it's Furlan to team kill.
Oh,
he takes down Oscar in the process, but a team kill at the worst possible moment. That molly goes down, they dive down to B, but Snatchy, he's tagged in the process, he's isolated. His own molly separates him from the rest of his side, and as Furlan goes to this plant, Beestick, he rotates through lobby. Shock trying to follow up now, he's trying to get the kill as quickly as possible, knowing full well that Beestick's been quelled by Snatchy. Instead, as they swarm him, Neofrag out from main, he's taken down. Furlan, he may have been able to deliver. It all falls down to Shock. He digs down the first member out of utility. He has to rely on his aim, and Furlan delivers.
What a round from Furlan. How has that happened? Sinners, they get so close once again, and Ago, they snatch it away. A double OT. I mean, I said we were gonna see it, but the way that last round went in the beginning, I was like, okay, that's it. Sinners, they're going to close it out. Oscar gets the double entry, and look at him. He knows that was a glorious opportunity wasted. He knows that he did enough. He just needed his teammates to give him a helping hand. And it is a head and hands moment. I mean, what can you do there in that scenario? Now Sinners, they just need to put that round out of their mind, and they need to continue on forward and try and do their best to close this one out and not let their mental or their psyche be affected.
This is a dire spot now. Reets and Oscar exchange blows. Roland, he's able to chime in as well. And as Shock goes up to heavy, Zedko and Beestick, who double down. Shock revealing himself, leaves Roland in the 1v2. But Roland, I couldn't think of a better player to call upon in this game. Shock waiting atop heaven means that as Roland peaks, he should be killed. But timing does not favour him. Shock, eventually he gets the kill. For Sinners, that's 19. But it's going to be such a bittersweet victory there, knowing full well this could have been over a good 6 or 7 rounds ago if they'd just taken it 16-14.
Yeah, I mean, you know, this one could have been done in regulation. You know, it was 15-11. They had plenty of opportunities to do it. Yeah, I think there were like 2 or 3 buy rounds. There was a few ecos in there, yes, especially towards the end. But I mean, Sinners, they had this in their grasp so many times, and they've let it slip. Now they'll be looking to not do the same, and I love this aggression from Oscar, but it's an A-split coming in. Neofrag drops Furlan, backs away onto the site. Rallen going to try and have some impact, but Beestick peeks out, takes him down. 36 in the game from him. Snatchy falls, Fiku falls, Reets has been spotted. It's another Sinners round, and it will be Beestick to confirm it. A clean CT1, 20-18. Can they get a clean CT half, Peter? I think so.
It could help them if they can, but it's a what can really be delivered by it, as we await to see what can be done for this side. And I mean, while it will help, I'm just worried for the side, if I'm honest, as these members get ready for another engagement, and for them, through the smoke, Snatchy. There's Oscar to fall. Man advantage once again for a go. For these remaining members as they try to hold. Zedko, who sits by the smoke, trying to rotate through it. Roland on the close angle. Does Zedko clear him? Or he may not here. He might be punished for it, but he does. But he's just not able to get the kill. Roland having such an insane game at the moment. And, well, Neofrag, he'll have a crack at killing him. Eventually he does, but that's only at the expense of Reets taking him down. 2-on-4. 4. Beaststick, he delivers. He shows himself in the process, though. Rotating to outside, swings into them, sees them all fighting him. He's good for 1. Can't quite double down, though, leaving Shock in the 1 versus 2. And as a go, roll the dice for this site. Sinners, they just have to hope and pray that they've stacked the right site. Unfortunately, they haven't. A go, turn their attention, they lay their gaze, they set it upon this safe site. And as the bomb goes down, Shock's going to have a very harrowing realization that he's got to jog ahead of him if he wants to try and retake.
Yeah, this is just an awkward scenario for Shock to be in, but Reitz and Fiku, they've kind of pulled Ago through it, and it was just such a chaotic round in every single sense. You know, we've seen now the bomb go down, Shock realizes, and he has to make his way forward. Doesn't want to step, but doesn't want to give away too much, you know, time. And well, we are going to see now the realization made that he is coming from ramp. Is he going to be expecting the player from heaven? I'm not too sure. Playing the Mustang position. Oh, they're not pulled just yet, but now Fiku will connect with the headshot. 20-19 is the halftime scoreline. No clean CT half for Sinners, but still only 2 away from taking the series.
This is about as close as it gets, isn't it? For Sinners, even 1 round on their T side seems like a stretch. Bearing in mind that both sides have just been so strong. For this side, I'm waiting to see what can be done from them. And, well, as they do so, we have a go who... We talk about how well Rawlins doing. Let's look back over at Sinners. Beaststick actually now equal fragging with him. Both members sitting on 39 kills. A great performance from both players. And for Oscar, it's a quick puke into ramp. He sees no one's there. Instead, he holds for the peak into Hut, and instead he even goes a bit aggressive with it. Q, who's sitting on Heaven, is going to be trying to engage with him. He reveals himself. Reitz and Shock, Beaststick all chime in, all get kills. Shock now holding by main. He's able to deploy that smoke. Beaststick on outside is able to get another kill now for Q. As he hides on A site, he hopes that this position will save him. Furlan, he's good for 1. Mollied out of position in the process, though, means that he's going to be very low HP, and that single nade could kill him. Oscar, he brandishes that nade, and while Q realizes that the bomb won't be heading to the safe site. Instead, with that plant, Oscar, he holds for the rotation. Q falls. Furlan in the 1v3, sitting on ramp. That nade destined to land right onto Zedco. It does so much damage, but he's revealed himself in the process. A drop from behind. Beaststick gets the kill. Beaststick now on 42 frags as Sinners go 21-19 in the lead.
And it's another 3k from Beaststick. He is really dragging Sinners, kicking and screaming through this match, trying to get them over the line. And I mean, I feel for him. I really do. I mean, like, he just needs a little bit of help from his teammates in one more round. That's all they need to get over the line. The double off ball here. Furlan and Snatchy on it. And, well, Rallan still a danger with that AUG. And, well, Oscar, he is going to make his way towards ramp. Zeko needs to be careful. Furlan is here. Hits the first shot, backs away, being put under pressure. Sinners take ramp control, but at a price. And Beaststick will find Rallan. He will win that duel. 4v4. It's really anyone's round.
Another sick round to get as well. As we get ready for a follow-up, there's a tough spot for the members of Sinners. For this side, they try to follow up with utility with an engagement. Instead, they go quiet and ramp, hoping they may have put their opposition to sleep, and while they may have distracted them, they haven't been able to stop them. Reitz, first man to worry about, in main, takes a bit of damage from Neo Frag, he falls. 4-on-3 now, bad advantage for Sinners. VQ, he too almost considers the rotation into vents, realizes Squeaky's open, and doesn't want anything to do with it. Instead, he hides. And with his hiding, Furlan scoped in on B, sitting atop this position. And with these members trying to hold what can be done, as Furlan wants to make sure he can't catch them out just yet. Instead, Shock swings out. Furlan for the first. Furlan now deploying that molly, gets ready to peek into the remaining members. So 25 seconds left now. Beaststick, if he's able to get this kill, on Squeaky, then it is going to be a perfect opening back to the A site. And it will be a back to the A site. The question is, can it be converted atop the smoke? Beastic, does he peek up? Yes, he does. Fiku's seen, but Fiku gets the kill now. The follow-up members swing into him. Neofranky gets the first. He knows there's going to be a player set to site there with the form of Snatchy, but he gets the kill anyway for Oscar in the 1v2. He's out of time. He's got to try and take the engagement, and as he tries to dance around this site, Snatchy swings into him. He loses his life in the process, but it doesn't matter. A go with 20 now leaves Sinners with another investment and only one more attempt before we go to triple overtime.
Oh my, what is happening in this game? Furlan gets this kill and just Sinners are just like, nope, we're not going near that site. No, let's go back towards A. There's no time. Ago, they're already there. And Beastic just can't seem to find the player on top hut, doesn't spot him at all, goes down. If he finds that kill, that's the round pretty much over. They can trade onto the site. Look at this though, Shock. He's already down the vent, doesn't take any damage either. Sinners, they need this round. Ago, only one more for that triple OT. And I mean, it is still all to really play for. It is all Agos to lose though, and all Sinners really to gain. As we see the smokes towards outside, they might just walk down. Shock is going to be locking off the rotates, and now my question is, do they know he's down there?
Snatchy ready in this position. He tries to follow up. He's got Roland, who hides in garage, and for Snatchy, he just couldn't see anyone in that smoke. That's just so heartbreaking. And to this side, that smoke gets deployed onto main. They realise that a hit to B is very likely, and looks like a go. We're actually playing a retake here. They seem to not believe that it's going to be a hit onto B. Is there anyone there to defend it? I don't think there is.
Nobody.
Oh, what a play by Sinners there. They go onto the B site just uncontested. That plant goes down, and what a position to be in, Jack. What a position to be in. A 5-on-5 retake to decide the series. We've got Beastic now hiding in place, just trying to follow up, and with Furlan now on ramp, he tries to peek into them. That molly, it goes down. It's a nice start. Forces Neofrag out of position. SG in hand. He sees the first member. Tries to tap him down. Able to do so for one. Shotgun for another. Zedko good for the third. Now falling into a 5-on-3. The retake. It's down to Reitz, who's good for the first member. Sonachi and Ramp, his positions. No, they've seen that all, but it doesn't stop him from getting the kill. Down to a 2-on-3, but they're out of time. It's a slaughter on the site. But Sinners come out on top. 22-20. They take the series. The final map in double overtime. An insane performance from the Czech side. And an insane performance from Beastic.
You can see, looking at the player cams there, I mean, that's just a sigh of relief from everybody in Sinners. They had so many opportunities and they fell short. What a call, though. Especially Shock getting down the vent there in the very last round. You know, they didn't really do any vent dives on their T side. Well, Shock gets down there. He's able to lock off the rotations. They don't even realize it. They don't make a sound going down secret. It's into the 5v5 retake. They hold on, and they hold on expertly. What a way to finish it off. And that's Sinners going 1-0 up in the main Swiss.
They'll be joining Endpoint for today, as well as Skade and Lingby Vikings. An incredible performance from them, and a deserved team. For a go, they'll be joining the likes of 100 Pink Gods, Double Pony, and Copenhagen Flames in that losers game. Bear in mind, you need 3 wins to qualify, 3 wins before you're eliminated, so this is by no stretch of the imagination a decider, but it's definitely a very nice tempo setter. What a game that was, and congratulations to Sinners for taking that and starting the Pinnacle Cup run with a wonderful performance. Thank you everyone so much for watching. I've been your caster Crabber 3. I've been joined by the wonderful Zerfa. We'll be back at the same time tomorrow with more action, so trust me, you do not want to miss it. But until then, bye-bye.